Across the UK, online and on DAB.
We are Talk
Radio. Give it some lip.
Talk Radio.
Don't worry, we'll be continuing the Brexit and general election chat. I'd love to know your thoughts on Brexit, how it's going, the direction you'd like it to go in, and with the general election now being announced for June the 8th, which way will you be voting? You're listening to Talk Radio, the home of elections and Brexit. 0344 499 1000. Late Nights with Iain Lee.
Across the UK, online and on DAB.
Take a far-out trip into the twilight zone of late-night radio with Iain Doo-Doo-Doo-Doo-Doo-Doo-Doo.
Unmissable late-night radio with the original king of unconventional conversation.
Make contact with Iain Lee.
Late Night Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
Well, I mean... it's only, it's 24 hours. And I'm bored of the election already. I am bored of the election, and I've got a feeling I'm gonna be made to take some days off soon so they can get a grown-up in to do a boring election special. I think that's what's gonna happen. It's been hinted to me.
Has it?
Yeah. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number. You can watch us on youtube.com/Mr. Iain Lee. Catherine's in the studio. There are two cameras. You can flick between the two cameras. I don't mean flick like that. I want you flicking away at home. You can switch between the two cameras, guys. Okay. Excellent work from the Talk Radio team on the Brexit special there. I thoroughly enjoyed knowing it was going on, but not actually listening to it. And now, the only reason I wasn't actually listening to it is because I was so busy prepping tonight's Laughter Fest. The Giggle Factory is open for business.
Have I got a black line on my face there?
Yeah.
What is it?
Well, I don't know, it's always there. It's, Crag.
Oh.
0344 499 1000 is the telephone number. I'm really looking for a way to make this general election interesting, because I can't think of anything about it that is vaguely... I can't find any interesting... hook.
You can't find purchase.
I've got no purchase on the election, which is a terrible situation to be. I've got no purchase on it. I think... Hello? Who's buzzing? Oh, that's me that's buzzing. Turn the computer off, because we won't have that for the moment. I think I'm going to sit this one out.
What? What do you mean not sit this one out? Not vote?
I've voted quite a lot over the last couple of years. I've voted more than I would... consider my duty. So I think I'm going to sit this one out. I think I'm going to pass. I'm going to say thank you very much for asking, but I'm going to rest my legs. You go off and enjoy yourselves. I'm going to sit here and have a cup of tea. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to sit this one out.
I'm in a real quandary.
Tell me your quandary, Catherine.
Well, I don't want to get too political. I'm not...
Well, don't then.
Well, I'm just going to say... I feel like I'm being forced to vote for people I don't want to vote for.
They're all tossers. I think we can say that. I don't think that breaks any rules of impartiality. They're all tosspots. I don't like any of them. So I think... And here's the thing, right? This is why I love 2017, okay? Because I tweeted... I think I'm going to sit this one out. I've had enough elections recently. I'll pass.
You tweeted that?
Yeah.
Oh, flipping heck.
Well, then people started getting very angry with me, saying... There's one guy said, Iain, I quite like you. Don't make me hate you by allowing the Tory scum to carry on and on and on. And that made me even less inclined to get involved. I just can't. And here's the thing. Here's the point I'm trying to make. Right. There's a brilliant clip that PM have played of them vox popping people. PM on Radio 4, and I think it's kind of become a thing that's got bigger.
Yeah.
And it's them going up to a woman. I think she's called Brenda.
Yes. I've seen Brenda.
Oh no, not another bloody election. Oh.
I've had enough of them.
Yeah. I'm Brenda. Je suis Brenda.
Je suis Brenda.
I've had enough of them. They're saying, well, the last general election in 2015, flipping heck! Oh, God! And this cobblers, right, that Theresa May's coming out with, well, the country is more united than ever. Have you spoken to people? Have you listened to the radio? Have you looked at Twitter? Have you gone and spoken to anybody that isn't in your cabinet? The country's pulling together? What are you talking about? The country hates itself!
You know what she's trying there? Jedi mind tricks.
Where everybody hates everybody else. The country's never been more divided. And Cameron and Osborne, they've got off scot-free. They got off scot-free. The country is really united. No, it's not. We all hate each other. Well, I think we can all agree we all hate Julia Hartley-Brewer. But that's the only constant. That's the only constant. Everybody hates everyone else. And I'm just sweet Brenda. I'm totally tired of and I like the electing. I like going to it's done in a hall near what do they call it?
Ooh.
Where people grow vegetables.
An allotment.
It's so I go there in the hall and I like that. I like going down and there being nobody there. I like that. I can't be bothered. What is going to change? Nothing. Meet the new boss, same as the old boss. Nothing is gonna change. Can you get the phones, please? Your hair's looking great, so you don't need to work on that. Phones. Nothing's gonna change. So I genuinely wouldn't be allowed to say this at the BBC. Genuinely, I think I might pass. Also, where I live, it is very staunch one party.
Yeah,
okay? It's very, very staunch, and it has been for years and years and years and years and years.
The most I saw of my local MP was 2012, 2013, when she was on I'm a Celebrity.
Oh, God.
She's never been round.
My vote, and people often say this, my vote won't make a difference. My vote literally won't make... Yeah, but you're having your say. Yeah, but in the end, I'm just a number that's several thousand numbers behind the bloke that always wins in my area. I give up. Honestly, they can all go and jump, as far as I'm concerned. They are all as bent and as rubbish and as in it for themselves as each other. And they're awful.
But...
Yes?
It's 2017.
Yes, we should be able to vote with our red buttons. Press your red buttons now.
Well, I'm just thinking that kind of attitude is what has ended up... That's why Trump won.
No, it's not. I couldn't vote in the American election. Even if I
didn't vote in the
wanted
American election?
Oh, that was my fault. That was my fault.
No, but what I'm saying is people going,
Don't speak in my ear, Josh. It's fine.
People thinking that they couldn't make a difference.
Yes.
Some people started voting that hadn't voted before and upset the apple cart, didn't they?
But no, nothing's going to change. Nothing's going to change. They're all the same. I'm going to sit this one out. David.
Hello.
Yes, David.
Right, I think Corbyn might win actually, because like you were just saying there.
Hang on a minute. We've started a phone in about the general election. I didn't mean to. Christ.
Yeah, no.
We'll end that in a minute. Don't worry. Yes, David. Corbyn's going to win. Yeah. Get out of town.
Yeah, because all the non-voters will get out and vote. But what I really went up for, there was something else that should have been in the news today. That wasn't in the news.
Yes.
Because Theresa May called a general election, so she's covered it. That's a CPS going on about some election expenses, and that's all I'm going to say.
Well, no, yeah, I know. There are 30 MPs, and the CPS... We mentioned it on the show last night, David.
Oh, sorry, I wasn't listening.
Well, you should have been listening.
No, I'm in Leicester.
Well, what do you mean you're in Leicester? What do you mean you're in Leicester?
That's the get-out, is it?
Why does that stop you listening?
Because they were playing... Leicester City were playing Madrid.
Oh, Iain, they got thrashed. Good, because your football team's rubbish. It was a fluke last year.
I'm not a big fan of them, but they never get...
You should have been... We talked about the 30 MPs who are being investigated by the CPS for misappropriation of funds and if they get charged and if they get found guilty, I've made lots of ifs and connections and joining the dots there. That would be a huge thing, and the Conservatives would lose a significant part of their majority. So that's possibly why we floated that as a possible reason why she's doing the general election.
Exactly. Well, I'm glad that some stations broadcast it. Nobody else seems to cotton on to that.
No, loads of places. I heard it on LBC last night. I heard it on the BBC. Yeah, loads of places have done it.
Okay, good news then. Good news. All right. Anyway, good night.
Good night. That's why I don't want to do a general election phone-in, because you get people like that.
But you could do it, and they'll all be watching Leicester. So what's the point?
What kind of 0344 499 1000? By the way, what kind of answer is that? Where were you yesterday? I live in Leicester. Sorry, what?
Well, literally, where were you yesterday? I was in Leicester.
What's that got to do with anything? I don't know. I'm feeling a bit angry today. I've got a bit of a cob on, right? And it's partly because of the general election. It's partly because those idiots that run this country are expecting us to bail them out again. And it's just, I don't trust any of them. I don't believe any of them. I hate it when Theresa May says, the country's pulling together. No, they're not. It is the most divided ever. And it's because of you idiots. You absolute tosspots. You're the reason this country's falling apart. You're the reason no one gets on. You're the reason that hate crime is up. You're the reason that my kid's future is screwed. You! Thanks a lot! So it's just put me in a bit of a bad mood. And also I was trying to work out something on the computer before the show and I couldn't do it.
I'm in a mood as well.
Oh, yeah?
Well, it was a big day for my family today. And it got a bit ruined by grown-ups being fusspots.
Go on, what happened? Wagwan.
Right, you know,
yes.
My 8-year-old is in the last year of her lower school. And
yes.
So next year she goes to, in September she goes to middle school. And
yes.
in preparation for that, her school's trying to give that year a little bit more independence. So they're encouraging them to start walking to school on their own. So from today...
Yeah.
Her year was supposed to be walking to school alone.
Yes.
There's also been talk about, maybe you should get them a mobile phone so that there's extra security there. I said, no.
What the heck? How old is she? 15?
8.
Oh, no.
8. No mobile phone.
No!
I've gone the old-fashioned route of, you will be where you're supposed to be.
Yes.
It's 5 minutes from school. To be honest, I've got to go and still got to go and pick up her sister. So most of the time we'll be on the same route and I will be either slightly ahead of her or slightly behind.
Yes.
And I have my sources.
Okay.
So, I went and picked up the little one after school because Big one went on to school on her own and she legged it and she had the biggest grin on her face and she was elated at the independence and I thought, do you know what, maybe the school is right.
Yeah.
She's just had her first trip away with them and stuff. She came back slightly more grown-up kid.
Yeah.
Maybe this is right. Maybe it's just me being old-fashioned.
Yeah.
You know, I know she's a baby, but she doesn't.
No.
So she went to school on her own. She came back from school on her own, except I got a phone call. I picked up little un, no big un. I got back home, still no big un, but I thought, well, she's walking back. She's probably taking her time and enjoying herself. I got a phone call from school.
Yeah.
Do you know your daughter's going to be walking home on her own? None of her friends are walking home after school. Her 2 friends that she'd sort of said that she'd be walking with. I said, right. But we did sign a form saying she could walk to and from by herself, and sometimes that will happen, I guess, is what I thought.
Yes.
A teacher will walk her back.
What?
I said, well, no, there's no need for that. I said, I can meet her halfway.
Yeah.
And then the receptionist said this, and this receptionist has got a bit of a tone on her anyway. She's crossed me before.
Yes.
Of course, she doesn't know that because I kept it polite.
Yes.
But she's on my list. She said, if this is going to be the situation every week, you're going to need to make some arrangements.
Oh, sweet Lord! What is wrong with this country?
Anyway, so I walk halfway, no kid.
Yay.
We carry on. Her sister's complaining now. She's only got little legs. She's titch.
Yes.
We had to walk all the way back home. I said, I'm sure she'll be at home. Yeah. She was at home. She was worried that there was no one there waiting for her at home. And she thought, I quote, the monsters had got you.
Well, there's always a possibility where you live.
Well done, grown-ups. She was completely cool about it until they intervened.
I suspect that everybody is feeling a little bit angry today. Shall we have an angry show? Yeah, you feeling angry? Let's have an angry show, shall we? 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number. What are you feeling angry about. 0344 499 1000. Late Nights with Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
Late Night Iain Lee. Unfiltered night talk with the original king of unconventional conversation on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
0344 499 1000. Ali's emailed in. You go to talkradio.co.uk. We'll allow emails tonight. Ian, you appear to be trying to provoke a reaction. Well, duh. What do you think my job is, you absolute muppet? My job is to sit here and provoke reactions. Jeez, are you thick? You appear to be trying to provoke a reaction, so here is mine, says Ali. Yesterday, you repeatedly shouted, "Shame on you," at a caller who said they didn't want to vote, and today you're doing the same thing. At least Julia Hartley-Brewer is consistent. You call MPs tossers, but you are just as disingenuous as any of them. Right. The person I said shame on you to was Paul in Stoke Poges. And then if you remember, at the end, I came up with a comedy thing he should vote for. I can't remember what it was. It was a throwaway comment that I think may have got muffled. So I was doing that. But at the time, I was shouting shame on you just because it was a fun thing to do, and I kind of thought everyone should vote. But here's the thing, Ali. This is why I'm a better formed human being than you are, is I sometimes change my mind. I react to information, situations, facts. I react and I sometimes change my mind. So yeah, Julia Hartley-Brewer is consistent. She's consistently wrong. I sometimes change my mind. First of all, the shame on you was a not particularly funny, failed comedy piece yesterday. But also, I've had to think about it. And I think I'm probably not going to vote. And that's my right to do that. So that's what I might do. And you know what? I might change my mind again. I'm allowed to do that. All right, Sally? So instead of sending in your little emails, you keyboard warrior, pick up the phone or jog on. Seriously, Kath, I'm in a really crappy mood tonight. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number. Ian, I'm angry, says a text. I had to stay late at work to cover an interview my colleague was supposed to be conducting, and the candidate was a total waste of time. You've got every right to be angry. Every right to be angry. Jim the Dancer, are you angry, Jim?
Only because my friend died.
Well, you've got every right to be angry about that. The universe is monumentally unfair.
It is, yeah, and my cats as well, yeah. But what I am happy about is I went on the Britain's Got Talent show the weekend.
Now, listen, I don't watch the Britain's Got Talent show because I think it exploits vulnerable members of the community. But, saying that, lots of my listeners don't have the same scruples that I do. So I knew you were on it because I was getting loads of tweets and Facebook messages saying, "Hey, Jim the Dancer's on Britain's Got Talent." How did you do, Jim?
I didn't get through, but they loved it. Yeah, it was good.
Well, if they loved it, they should have put you through.
I should have done, really. Yeah, I was surprised with it.
What did you? What was the act? What were you wearing and what were you dancing to?
Well, I've done the cat, pussycat, and I've done the boat, rock the boat, and I've done the alien Englishman in New York.
So you did the cat one with the scary head.
That's right.
I love that head. Did they have access to an extension lead?
Yeah, they did. Beautiful. Yeah. They filmed me all day long.
Beautiful. You did 3 dances in front of the judges?
Yeah. I was lucky, wasn't I?
Well, you were very well. Some may say that. Now, this is the one with David Walliams, Amanda Holden, is it?
Yeah.
Simon Cowell.
Yes.
And is there a 4th one?
Amanda.
No, I've done Amanda.
Alicia Dixon?
Anisha, yeah, that's one.
Anisha, right, Alicia. And I think you're too special for that show. I think you're too good. I think you're too unique. I think, for those who haven't seen Jim the Dancer, go on YouTube and just type in Jim the Dancer and he'll pop up. And I think that your act is too high a frequency for something like that. They want lowest common denominator. They want, singing widows, or they want blind dogs that can do the hokey cokey. They want stuff like that.
I've got 2 questions for you, Jim. So, The first one, you had to do an audition beforehand, right, to, I'm guessing, some producers?
Yes.
Yes, that's right.
What did they say to you?
Well, I passed 2 tests in Popular at the time. That was before Christmas. And I went as a Pink Panther. and I passed the test.
And what did they say to you, though? You had a good chance of winning?
Yeah, they did, yeah.
Yeah, this is my worry, Jim. Now, listen, I know you've got your head screwed on and you're a sensible young man. You're same age, so you're a sensible bloke, right? But I do think that there are some people that go for that audition who are perhaps a little bit more vulnerable and a little bit more trusting than perhaps we should be. And if some young buck says, "Oh, that was and you know their act is terrible," that was brilliant, and I really think you stand a good chance of impressing Simon and David and the other two. And they take that on board, and quite often I think that young researcher is laughing at the person.
Yeah, it's a complicated old setup. I went with a different frame of thinking because I've done it for my friend's sake, and it's one in a lifetime sort of episodes.
Are you glad you did it?
I did, yeah, very happy with it, and it's got the proper name on the YouTube channel, which is up to 400,000 views at the moment.
Oh, well, listen, Jim, if you're happy with it, I'm happy with it.
Yeah. I had to do it for my friend, you know.
Good for you. Good for your friend. Go on.
I only picked the best shows, like the Iain Lee radio show and the Britain's Got Talent.
This is the guy. This is the guy. I honestly, Jim, I genuinely, I think you are a very, very, well, you're unique. You are unique. No one's doing what you're doing. No one has the dedication that you have. You know, I think you've got much better things than Britain's Got Talent coming your way. I don't necessarily mean big TV gigs or anything. I think you've got a good soul, Jim, and you've got a good act.
Yeah, thanks, Iain, yeah.
Nice one, man.
I've done it all for your friend and yourself, and, you know, it was all a good turnout.
Good. Well, I'm glad you're happy, mate. That makes me happy. Thank you, Jim.
Yeah.
Nice one, man. Take care. There we go. What a night. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number. Oh, I've just called him back, don't I? I do worry about Britain's Got Talent. I don't watch it.
Well, I've seen it, and there are some people who come on.
Yes.
And they kick off when they don't get through. And that explanation, fact that
they get told by some kids. You know, it's a terrible, terrible act that you know everyone's going to laugh at, and they go, "Oh yeah, no, we think you're really good." And this is exactly the kind of thing Simon Cowell's looking for.
I wonder whether they get told, "Can you make it a little bit bigger? Can you go on there?"
Of course they do. It's TV. It's TV. I think they exploit. I also think, I'm not saying this about Jim, but I stopped watching Pop Idol and X Factor because they basically the opening rounds, which were the funniest bits, but they were people who were mentally ill. It was mentally ill people. It was basically, let's all laugh at, you know, I nearly said the S word there, but that's what it is. You get someone who's mentally subnormal, who's rubbish, and you drag them out, and Simon Cowell does a shocked face, the Irish fella puts his hands in his head, Amanda Holden walks out, and we're going, "Oh, this is brilliant! We're laughing at someone who's mentally ill!" It's awful. It's an awful, awful thing. Terrible.
People are getting wise to that, though, now, aren't they?
No.
Mind you, what else is on?
No one's getting wise to that. Some people are, but no, people aren't getting wise to that. You know, we speak to vulnerable souls every day, and they would love a shot at Britain's Got Talent or the X Factor or whatever it is these days. Terrible. And it doesn't bother me, you know, people say, "Oh, Simon Cowell's killing the music industry." No, he's not at all. If anything, he's probably helping the music industry stay afloat. You know, pop has always been manufactured and plastic, and some of my favourite bands are plastic. I've got no problem with, you know, mass-produced pop at all. I love it. But it's just the exploiting the mentally and emotionally fragile that I don't like.
And what it does show is that it's not just about talent, actually.
No.
It's about how much they can market you. Because, you know, like what they did with One Direction. Those lads, they said, we're not strong enough to sing on their own. Yeah. Actually, now it's proven that they are. Hang on a minute. No, it's because they're part of a really, really glossy package and they've got a following, you know.
Yeah. 0344 499 1000. Eben, Cleo, stay there. Come to you after this.
Late night, Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
Don't forget, dear listener, you can watch us on YouTube on the Rabbit Hole TV channel that Kath and I have set up. We haven't changed the URL yet, so we don't know what it's going to be. But at the moment, if you go to youtube.com/Mr. Iain Lee, Mr. Iain Lee, and you can watch me on a low-quality camera, because it's the camera built into my computer. You can watch Catherine on a higher-quality camera. That's my phone. And if you're watching on a computer, you can switch between the two. I spent all day researching and trying to blag free camera equipment.
I saw.
In the end, it turned out I was trying to blag the wrong thing, so I bought a couple of nice fancy webcams. So tomorrow, well, it probably won't work.
But they might.
Yeah, I'm in a dance troupe, and we were invited to audition for Britain's Got Talent, and we saw the producers team. After we danced, we got the whole pitch. We love it. We think there's a place for you, but could you make it bigger? Maybe some fire? We danced the Charleston. We told them to poke it. Good for you. If you've ever told a television executive to get stuffed, 0344 499 1000. Angry show tonight. I'm angry. Kath's angry. And you know what, dear listener? I know that you're angry. I can feel it in the air. There's an electricity. There's an energy. Everybody's angry. I'm sick to death of this bloody general election. It's not even 24 hours old. Oh, I'm sick to death of all these politicians running around. Well, the country's pulling together. It's not. Everybody hates each other. Everybody hates each other, man. We're so angry. So let's make it an angry show this evening. 0344 499 1000 is the phone number. We call you back. Eben, are you angry?
Yeah, very, very angry tonight.
Tell me why you're angry.
It's something that happened today. I was catching the normal bus journey home to my house. I got off the bus near to where they're 5 minutes away.
Yes.
I was walking and I saw someone behind me following. I didn't think anything of it. I went into Tesco's.
Yes.
And then I went to the back and I was wondering why that he was still there. Walked to the fruit and veg section.
Yes.
Then they started assaulting me.
What?
What?
Assaulting me.
At the fruit and veg section in Tesco?
Yeah, they shoved me around.
I'm speechless. Did you know the person?
No, I did not.
Was it a bloke?
Yeah, it was some scruffy-looking teen.
He was a teenager?
Yeah.
And so he followed you from the bus?
Yeah, I think he was on the same bus as me.
Yeah.
And I think he was quite close behind me from what I noticed. And did assault me in Tesco.
How are you doing?
I was very shook up in the first, 2 or 3 hours, and we contacted the police and everything, and to go through the hassle of CCTV and everything.
Did anyone come and help? Did anyone see it?
Yes, the manager from Tesco's came to help. My local barber was nearby. She came across the road to help.
Oh, good.
There were 5 or 6 people.
Good. And did he say anything when he was assaulting you in the fruit and veg department?
From what people were saying, as I didn't hear, he dressed like Mufford. Wife beater.
Say that again?
Wife beater.
He said that you dress like a wife beater?
No, he just said that. Wife beater.
He said wife beater?
Yeah, that's what other witnesses are saying.
He was calling you a wife beater?
Yeah.
Are you a wife beater?
No.
What a strange occurrence. That is absolutely horrific, Eben. I'm really, really sorry as one human being to another that you went through that today. That is awful.
It was pretty... I was surprised at that. Didn't know it was going to happen after all.
How are you feeling now?
Yeah, a lot better, but I'm a bit nervous to, let's say, get on the same bus service.
Yeah, I bet you are.
Yeah.
What did the police say? Do they reckon they can get him?
First of all, we had to, exaggerate to get the police to come quicker. They originally said we'd come within 48 hours.
Oh, for goodness sakes.
Dad then said, he's been very traumatic. Then they said, we'll send someone around tonight.
Good. Good. Well done on your dad. But you get what? Do you get the impression they're not that bothered?
The police officer that came round, he seemed very good at his job and everything.
Yeah.
And he seemed quite bothered, saying we'll go to the buses, CCTV cameras, and Tesco.
I'm speechless. What's going on? There's something in the air. What is going on?
Annoyingly, my dad looked at the CCTV in Tesco's, and it was rubbish quality.
Yeah, of
and
course.
hopefully, and I'm not sure if we'd be able to recognise the person.
Do they have? Because the buses in London, they've got CCTV. Have they got it in the buses there?
Yeah, on the front and in the bus.
Because you quite often see, don't you, on like Crime Stoppers or something, you'll see a picture of someone getting off a bus. This bloke's wanted for questioning. So it would be great if they could get a copy of that.
Yeah,
mate. If you get a picture, send it over. We'll tweet that. Blimey, that's outrageous.
I'm tempted to put up wanted posters all around Swansea.
Don't, because he might come. You know, we don't want to get him angry, but we don't want him walking around. Sorry, Eben. I'm really sorry that had to happen to you today.
That's all right. It can't be helped.
You're a good soul, and let us know how that progresses, won't you, mate?
Okay, I will do.
Nice one, man. Thank you. What is going on?
Awful.
What the hell is going on? There is for some reason, when I touch the screen, I'm going to close this down because it phones people back. That is outrageous. That is absolutely outrageous. I'm angry. I'm angry, and I don't see any way of soothing that anger. 0344 499 1000. Let's go to Cleo. Yes, Cleo.
Mate, I was already in a rage when I rang up, and that call just raged us even more. God, people are just...
Aye.
What are you raggy about?
I'm raggy about Alex Jones.
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah, now
Alex Jones, the choir boy?
No. Alex Jones, the info... you mean the InfoWar guy, not the lady that co-hosts the One Show?
Yes.
Okay.
The amount of people last year who voted the bloody Brexit because Alex Jones told them they were flipping video.
Yeah. Well, hang on a minute. Hang on a minute. Did people... hang on a minute.
I thought he told Americans to
How
do
many
that.
people voted for Brexit because of Alex Jones?
Dude, loads on social media.
No one voted Brexit for because of Alex Jones.
Telling you, they were on social media posting, Alex Jones says this, they believe
well, you need hey, listen, I don't want to go into detail, but I've seen some of the people that you follow. They're nutcases, mate. I've spoken to some of them. Nutcases and bullshiners. So, no wonder that, the people that you follow might have said it, but sensible people didn't.
No, they promoted it. I don't promote a lot of the people I follow. I follow them because I'm interested in them.
They're not jobs. They're not jobs.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are. I've seen who you follow. I've spoken to some of them. They're fruitcakes. Unfollow all of them.
Give a list.
It's like you've left some sort of trail that leads to us. This is the problem. Like Hansel and Gretel.
He did that with Brexit, right? He did that with bloody...
No, he didn't have any impact. Listen, Cleo, come on. Alex Jones, he might have had an impact on Trump. He certainly influenced a larger number, but still a tiny percentage of the voters in America. He influenced 12 people over here for Brexit.
No, dude, it's more than you think.
It's not. No, it's not. No, dude, it's less than you think.
And he's come out yesterday saying... he's a performance artist and...
Yeah, because he's in court for something, so he's come out and said it's performance art.
He's trying to get access to his children.
Yeah, is that what it is?
Yeah.
It's not performance art, but he buys every second of it. He's just saying he's doing what we all do in court. We've all done it. We say what they want to hear so that we get preferential treatment. But Cleo, you're running around. You need to get off the websites, get off the forums, stop speaking to fantasists. Less people were influenced by Alex Jones over Brexit than you think, by about 12 million.
They use these videos a load, though, that's what I'm saying.
What?
They used these videos loads, that's what I'm saying.
No, they didn't. They didn't. A handful of people did that I've never heard of.
Well, that's as maybe.
Well, it is maybe. Here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. I'm proper angry now. Twitter is an echo chamber. So, right, it is a reflection of you. And all I'm going to say is, you hang out with nut jobs.
I don't hang out with nut jobs.
Yes, you do. I've seen them and spoken to them. I've been dragged into conversations with them.
And they've cited me as a connection.
Yes!
Is that what you're saying?
Yes!
You've got me in a rage now, like.
You're good, I'm in a rage now. The fact that you even say rage is getting me angry.
It's not rage, it's a rage.
It doesn't matter, whatever, he's making up words and talking nonsense. Now I'm getting proper angry.
It's not a made-up word, that's classy.
Unfollow everybody you follow on Twitter. It will do you the world of good. Because it's making you paranoid.
I'll follow you on Twitter?
Unfollow me. and stop sending your idiot followers my way.
I don't send any followers your way.
I was having a conversation with one of them the other day. She was nuts.
Oh, her?
Yeah, her. She's a nut job.
Yeah, well.
Suddenly
she's a nut job. And do you know why I know that? Because I researched her. I did what you didn't do. I researched her. She's a fruitcake.
She's troubled. I wouldn't say she's
no, because she's a fantasist. Thanks very much indeed. 0344 499 1000. I feel a bit better now.
Well, you told it like you saw it.
I feel a bit better now. Twitter is an echo chamber. So, you know, here's the thing. Twitter, I'm using it less and less, and I'm loving it. I'm deleting my tweets every day, and I'm loving it. But I did something a little bit dangerous the other day.
Oh, no, not again.
Yeah. I posted a picture of my balls. I'm joking. I unblocked and unmuted almost everybody.
What did you do that for?
That I blocked and unmuted. Apart from people that enjoy masturbating into bras. Apart from the people that wanted to kill my children a few years ago. And that's it, I think.
What about the person who made up some stuff on this show?
Oh, no, she's still blocked. Yes, she's still blocked. Yeah. And within hours, some conspiracy theory. Why did you block me? My choice. I'm not being paranoid, but I think that you've been getting secret messages about me.
What?
That's paranoia. That's paranoia. And then someone who I'd muted because he was a smug know-it-all git started... Because I was on Sunday night, I felt like arguing on Twitter. I felt like defending my corner, right? I felt like defending my corner. I was in a feisty mood. Okay?
Did you start it?
No, I didn't. Someone said the show was rubbish because there was too much political ranting. I went, what political ranting? He said, what do you mean? What political ranting? Well, you just rant too much. I said, no, I don't. Give me an example. So it's one of those. Give me an example. I haven't got one. Well, then you're talking nonsense, right? So then this know-it-all steams in and says, he said something smug and arrogant, and he said, Ian, you bring this on yourself on Twitter. I went, oh, I didn't. I muted you because you're a smug git. He said, well, you should do the same to the actual trolls, not the people that care about you. Good night, Ian. And I just thought, the arrogant, he did one of them. And he said, no one brings it on themselves on Twitter. Someone slagged off my show. I defended it. Then someone else said, oh, for F's sake, Ian, just stay off Twitter, dude. No. If I want to go on Twitter, because I felt lousy on Sunday night for all kinds of reasons that are nothing to do with anybody else, right? And I felt like if someone was going to have a go at me on Twitter, I was going to defend myself and my show.
Yeah.
So, no, not for F's sake. Not you bring this on yourself. No, I was enjoying it. I was feeling feisty. I'm allowed to defend myself. And no one brings bullying onto themselves.
No. I had a bit of that nonsense on Sunday, and I don't normally join in, but
Yeah.
I was feeling mischievous.
Sometimes it's fun to pile in, isn't it?
Yeah, well, so I was listening to a fine programme, The Howard Hughes Show.
Stay there. We'll continue that thought after these messages.
The radio show for people who know the best part of the day is the night.
Late night Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
0344 499 1000. Go and watch the show if you want at YouTube. 2 cameras if you're watching on a computer. If you go to the bottom right of the picture, it will give you an option to click on a separate camera. You can watch Catherine. At the moment, it's youtube.com/ Mr. Iain Lee, Mr. Iain Lee. Do subscribe as well. Subscribe to the channel, because we're going to start putting more and more and better little videos and films. And I'm kind of experimenting with stuff. I'm terrible at editing on Final Cut. But I had a little go today and we made a little thing, and I finally worked out to make it all sync up and all that stuff. So, go there. We're going to turn it into a proper channel, and we're going to put loads of different stuff there, and people are going to send us stuff, and it's all going to be groovy. Anyway, yes, Sunday night,
Howard Hughes' show was brilliant. Right?
I'm Howard Hughes.
He had this guy on called Christian Dior. No, Christian Dion.
Christian Dion.
Not Christian
yes.
Dior. That
Yes.
would have been great. Christian Dion, who is a psychic based in Hollywood.
Yes.
And it was wonderfully camp, and,
Yes.
it was nonsense as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
Some people believe that stuff. I don't, okay?
Okay. I'm listening to you. I'm just typing something.
So I
Yeah, go on.
tweeted, Talk Radio Now, grade A bullshine,
Yeah.
right? And anyone who follows us knows that is not a detrimental thing to say.
No.
We love it. It's brilliant.
Good. It's a compliment.
So straight away, this fella comes out of nowhere. I'm guessing it's a man.
Yeah.
Not using the real name, not
Yeah.
using a real photo. I mean, I should learn not to engage with these people. I did refuse to engage with someone who was posing as a potato croquette the other day, so I am learning.
Oh.
Anyway, so he's going, come on, Kath, Howard works his socks off, and whatever you
Yes.
believe, it's one of the best shows on the radio. I said...
You weren't knocking the show.
I said, did I say otherwise?
You weren't knocking the show.
I just reckon he could do without people taking the... And he said... He's an honest guy having a go at making an entertaining show in search of truth. And I said, you've misunderstood. I love this show. Oh, that makes two of us, and I love your show too. Hope I haven't come off as a bit of a stick in the mud. And I put, you have, I'm afraid, but never mind.
Yeah, I mean, geez.
Because he had. And then immediately, well, that's your problem. Hope you can get over yourself. I've got to go. I'm listening to Howard. Good night.
Twitter is
I just laughed.
home of idiots. Basically, idiots.
But sometimes it is quite fun to just give it a little stir.
Well, it is, and I did think that by blocking, and I have unblocked a lot of, like Paul Joseph Watson's people, a lot of nasty people, a lot of people. When I said I'm going to take a little break from Twitter because it's, I'm feeling suicidally when, a tweet and kill yourself, go and kill yourself.
Oh, nice guys.
Yeah, those guys. I've unblocked all of them, and I may regret it, but we'll see.
What I quite like is that they always make themselves known again and remind you why you blocked them in the first place.
Exactly. Good evening, John. Let's try that again. Good evening, John. John? He's gone. Let's get John back. I don't know what's happening. That's made me angry now.
Furious.
I'm proper angry. And I might even be angrier tomorrow, because it's one of those days where I'm going to get 4 hours sleep.
Oh.
Because I'll get home, I'll get less than 4 hours. I'll get home at 2:30. The boys will wake me up at 6. I've got to take them to school. Now, normally, I take them to school, I can go back and have a little doze, but I have to go and see the doctor after that. That's all I can say. I have to go and see the doctor.
Did the yoghurt not work?
What?
The yoghurt.
Outrageous. Good evening, John.
Good evening, Lee.
Oh, formal.
Actually, no, I didn't mean to say that. I'm a bit dyslexic, get carried away sometimes. Anyway, you still doing the film thing?
The way this show works is anything that we have mentioned in the past is still open for discussion. Now, what was you named an actor yesterday that was not a great actor. Were you Alec Baldwin?
Yeah.
Oh, ye. Have you gone away and had a think about what constitutes a great actor?
Yes.
Okay, and what have you got?
You're not going to like this.
Well, then don't say it!
No, I've just thought I'll throw it out there because I think this actor would agree with the statement. Not that I do, but nonetheless, it's, don't shoot the messenger, as they say.
But the actor's not cool. You're not only are you the messenger, you're the dude that's written the message.
Well, I wouldn't say I've written it, but I mean, I'm going to sort of throw it out there into the pot.
Yes.
And that actor would be Alec Guinness.
Right, it's a great actor, yeah. But at last, he's a great actor, yes.
Right. Star Wars.
This is a great film. You've not understood the concept. It's great actors in crap films.
No, I know that, right?
Right.
But by his own admission, and I've got a statement here in front of me.
Yeah, I know, he said his autobiography. He says it's a terrible film. He's wrong.
Well, I know that. You know that.
Well, then you know why. You know what? Oh, I'm getting so angry, Catherine. I am getting. I thought it was peak anger. I'm way up there now. You know why I cannot accept that into the Blockbuster Video Club?
That's fair comment, but I just thought I'd throw it out into the mix.
Why?
Well, because
it's not. No, it doesn't. He hates. It wasn't. Can you name great actors and the films they've been in that they hated? That wasn't the phone in. That was last month.
Right. Fair play.
Unbelievable. Can I have an out time, please? It's not on my screen. You've got to go to the right screen. Go to Iain Lee. I'm now getting really angry. We'll just keep talking into the news. That's what we'll do. Catherine, go and help him. Okay. Now, sweet Lord. I'm furious. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number. If you want to give us a call, you're more than welcome to. But do bear in mind, I have got a right cob on. There we go. We've got it. 5640. There we go. I've got a right cob on. What was that? There was that room, wasn't there, that we talked about the other week?
Oh, the
Trump room.
The Furious room.
Yeah, where you can go in and smash. I'd love to smash some stuff up now. We used to work with someone who, no names, no pack drill. He was all right when I worked there, but he had a bit of a temper. Didn't he smash up a chair in the studio or something?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
He did, didn't he?
He had some issues.
We're still allowed to work there, BBC.
Well, he didn't throw it at anyone.
No, but still.
In the general direction.
We recorded, speaking of BBC, we recorded our final interview today for the May the 1st special. And it was such a joy. It was such a joy to talk to him.
Do you know what was great for me?
Yeah.
That I knew I wouldn't have to bleep anything afterwards.
Yeah. Some of them have been quite sweary.
I've been having to keep notes as to where the bleeps go.
It was honestly, we were going to record like an hour of the May the 1st show, and then it was like maybe we'll do 2 hours, and then it was like I think we've done about 3.5 hours that we've recorded. So, and I've got to record links and make it all into a show. So, what we'll do, May the 1st bank holiday, Monday, May the 1st, we will play it all out, and it'll be wonderful. Radio geeks will love it. Casual listeners of radio through the decades will love it. And I've got a feeling that even if none of those things float your boat, you'll really enjoy it. I just think you'll enjoy it, because it's interesting people telling interesting stories. What this show is all... I've been having to sum up this show a lot recently in emails to Americans, and I just said it's about stories. Yeah. I've got it down to that. It's about stories. And the show on May the 1st is going to be about stories, and it is just such a delight. But we're probably going to have to cut some bits out. So what we will do is, each individual person that we've got, we will put them out over the next week or so as an individual podcast, fully unedited, apart from the swears. Flippin' heck. David Badcock's called in, the ghost man.
Okay.
I've been watching some of his videos on Facebook, and I've got a feeling I may have given him the wrong impression. We'll speak to him in a bit. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number. Late Nights with Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
Talk Radio.
We're feeling angry this evening. It's a very angry show. We've got David Badcock coming on next. He's a ghost hunter. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number. What are you angry about? There's got to be something. You can feel the tension in the air. It's tangible. 0344 499 1000. Don't forget to tick your HR diaries. Late Nights with Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
Across the UK, online and on DAB.
He has made a covenant with the night, and with the darkness he is in agreement.
Uncut, after-hours conversation for the up-all-night generation. Late Night Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
0344 499 1000 is the telephone number. If you want to give us a call, you'll be more than welcome to, dear listener. It's an angry show this evening. I'm feeling angry. You're feeling angry. Phone up. Share the anger. Share. We've been doing our micro. Share the anger, dear listener. 0344 499 1000 is the phone number. You can watch us on YouTube if you go to youtube.com/Mr. Iain Lee. You can click on that. If you're watching on a computer, you can switch between two cameras. I'm on one. Nobody's on the other. I don't know where Kath's gone. Do subscribe. Let's go to David Badcock.
Celebrate good times. Come on.
What are you celebrating, David?
I'm celebrating making a new friend.
Well, we are not... No, I know what you're referring to. I have friended you on Facebook, but that doesn't count as actual friendship.
Thank you for being a friend.
I'm not.
That's all the Friend songs I can think of.
I'll be there for you.
When the day comes to go.
I'll be there for you.
You were there when guitar.
I'll be there for you.
We'll be always friends.
You know, I've discovered you, David Badcock, on Facebook, and I went and looked at your page, and I watched some of your videos. You talk about homophobic ghosts and dirty ladies and all these kind of things. Thought it was really interesting, but you've also put the audio of one of your calls to this show on the Facebook page.
Very proud moment, yes.
Well, it does mean, there's a cable going across the Catherine. It does mean that you are breaking copyright laws.
Really like your films. Would you like to come and see some ghouls with you? Says Iain Lee.
Yes, I would like to see some ghouls with you. That was bait. That was bait. I'm like those, To Catch a Predator. You know when they catch paedophiles online by pretending to be sexy children? I was trying to catch you out. Not as a paedophile. We've yet to work out, you know. But I posted that so that you would phone in so that I could then slap you with what I believe is called a subpoena.
I'll be there for you.
You're breaking copyright laws by publishing on your Facebook page a phone call you made to this radio station. The choices are very, very simple, Mr. Badcock. You either pay me £25,000 or you remove it and you apologise.
Is it because I'm not angry? Is that why you're a bit upset?
No, it's because you are breaking the law, and you're using me to promote your ghost hunting.
Well, it was that was one of the I'm a very shy man, and I was very proud that I've been able to talk on the radio. He was such a lovely host.
£25,000.
Do you know who makes me angry?
Go on.
Jeremy Corbyn.
Why does Jeremy Corbyn make you angry, Mr. Badcock?
Because I saw an interview with him the other day, and it's his smugness.
Yes, he's very, very smug.
And he said, and the guy was just asking simple questions,
yes.
and Jeremy was like, well, we're going to do this, actually, and I'm very looking forward to it. And it annoyed me.
Do you ever get angry ghosts?
Ghosts can be very angry. I had an angry ghost last week, actually.
What happened?
Well, suffice to say, he went right at my bottom.
A ghost goosed you? Out of anger?
If they're angry, they can go wherever they please.
He entered you, what's that film where a woman...
From behind?
No, not that film. No, what's the film where the lady has it off with a ghost? Entity.
Ghost.
No, Entity. Isn't it Entity? Where...
He entered me.
Entity. Cocoon.
He opened...
No,
that's not a ghost.
Maybe he was a rectal examiner.
What, with his head?
You've not a very good look, have you? Did you get that succubus in the end?
Is that Lady Catherine?
Mm-hmm.
Nice to hear from you.
And you. I'm very intrigued, though. I mean, I know you've been after it for a while. Did you get it in the end?
Succubus?
Yes.
Well,
here's the thing. Here's what we'll do, right? Yeah. I will come... Where are you based? Nottingham?
Maltby.
I will come on a ghost hunt with you.
Yes.
And to prove to you once and for all that ghosts don't exist. How's about that?
And if we do that, you'll drop the subpoena.
I will drop the subpoena. Yes.
Well, in the words of the great Noel Edmonds, deal
or no deal.
No deal.
Oh, so you don't want to do it?
Sorry, no deal.
Well, you said no deal now. The box is opened.
Deal.
It's a penny. You've won a penny.
No, deal.
No deal.
No, deal.
No deal.
No, deal.
No deal.
No, deal.
No deal.
No, deal.
So we'll go to Nottingham and go ghost hunting.
That'd be good. I used to live there.
Yeah. I don't know where it is.
It's a long, long way away.
We'll go and...
it's not long away.
Hunt ghosts. Craig!
I'm annoyed.
Yep.
First half hour of the show, political ranting.
I couldn't understand a word of that.
No, I didn't even... Normally I'd get 1 in 3 words, but
try
not
it
even
again,
one.
Craig.
First half hour of the show, political rant.
Yep, fair play.
Oh, just in case that guy was listening.
He's got your bang to rights there.
Well, no, I did think it's a self-fulfilling prophecy, as we used to say in sociology. He said, I do political rants, so I do political rants now.
Yeah.
Because he has put them in my head.
He sowed the seed in you, didn't he?
So, that's a good song. So when the seeds of love spunk, the seeds of love spunk, sowing the seeds.
Oh, I didn't think it was that.
Of course it is!
The birds and the bees. I'm so stupid.
You're sowing the seeds of love. Spunk.
I'm annoyed about that now.
And
yep.
The world is just a great big onion. So you got to plant love seeds until
all of Marvin Gaye's songs are about his penis or his ex-wife or his seed. All of them. That is the horniest man. You know, there was a whole album of Marvin Gaye songs that were supposed to be recorded, but he couldn't get in the studio because he had a massive boner.
That's not true.
That is true.
He couldn't get through the door.
For a whole album's worth. He had the song musicians and they're going, hey Marvin, come in, man. He's going, I can't come in. My dick is too hard.
Shut up.
That is true. Honestly, a whole album could not be recorded because of his boner.
I've got an excellent Marvin Gaye album, and in it he sort of gives us his manifesto, his love manifesto.
Yeah.
His
yes.
His manifesto.
Yes.
I'll bring it in tomorrow and read it to you. He's such a pervert.
He's a dirty boy. There's a good documentary about Marvin Gaye, right? Because he was really into the crack. Really
it's very Moorish, though.
Very into the hard drugs, unfortunately.
Yeah. Very beautiful
man. So to get clean, he went to Brussels. Where's a really boring port in Brussels?
Bruges?
Yeah, he went to Bruges. And there's a documentary of him in Bruges in 1981, and he just went and stayed with his family. And it's brilliant. And
like on the Belgian exchange?
Yeah,
Imagine if you got Marvin Gaye.
They were just like fans of him or something. And it's this really horrible concretey place.
Yeah.
And it's him. He gets clean and he gets straight. And
Bruges is quite pretty. Sure,
it wasn't Bruges. No, it was. Give me Craig.
Hello.
Give me some like ports in Europe. I think it was in Belgium. Is Belgium landlocked? Zeebrugge. It was Zeebrugge.
Are you sure?
Yes. He goes to Zeebrugge. Don't Google it. Google doesn't exist on this show.
I'm not. I'm writing down things.
He goes to Zeebrugge. And everyone's going, oh, there's Marvin Gaye over there.
Why, the Dutch?
Big Dutch community in Zeebrugge.
Okay. Oh, no, actually.
Well, there's a terrible echo on this line, Craig, and that's making me angry.
I can go two ways here. Like, I've something that I'm angry about, well, sort of frustrated about.
Ostend. That's it. The Ostend.
That's why they had that accent.
They go to the Ostend and there's nothing... Hang on a minute, I'm talking now. They go to the Ostend and there's nothing to do there. And it's boring, so he don't do no drugs and he gets clean and he goes running and then he does...
Goes to South Africa.
Yeah, apparently so, yeah.
So I could say something that I'm angry about, but there's always something I wanted to ask you about.
Well, what, you can do both?
Right, well, firstly, I'm angry about what do we think about Roland Polanski now? because the victim did a Ask Me Anything on Reddit, and she's like totally cool with him now.
Right.
So does that mean we're allowed to be cool with him?
Here's the question: if the victim of sexual assault, if a person who was a victim of a sexual assault and being fed drugs and a very nasty sexual assault was when they were a child, why can't I say this? Then forgives the person. Does that mean the person is outside of the law and is forgiven by the law? What do you think, Craig?
Well, what she said on her Ask Me Anything is that the judge went back on a plea deal, which he was going to have time served.
Yes.
And compensation or whatever, yes. And then the day before the sentencing, the judge said, "I'm going to make an example of you," and that's when he fled.
Yeah, well.
So she says he's done his time.
No, he hasn't. Has he been to prison?
Yeah, he was in prison before the trial.
Yeah, but how long was he in prison? But he was going to. But then the judge changed his mind and was going to give him a stiffer sentence. So what he should have done then was then taken the stiffer sentence and then appealed it.
See, that's what I mean. I'm so confused. So I accept her?
No, you don't. You accept the fact that if she's forgiven him. It's slightly different from what you're saying, so I don't know. But it's like you every now and then you'll hear about someone being murdered, and the mother of the murdered person go, "I forgive the person that did it."
That doesn't mean everyone goes, "Yeah, fair enough, then job done."
That doesn't mean they should be let out.
But I didn't know the facts that she brought out in that Ask Me Anything thing.
Jack Nicholson's house. She was fed drugs. He raped her. Yeah, it's a terrible story. Yeah, terrible story. She was, 13, 14?
Still no answer.
No?
But I want to ask you, is you in an angry mood?
Yes.
Scott Mills nicking your stuff all the time.
Well?
Because you were on a quiz with him, weren't you? Was it, you were either on, which one was it you were on? Was it Mastermind, Celebrity Mastermind?
Yes.
So you've met him, and obviously... What... Are you angry at him, or is it just a joke, or what?
I don't...
Because even... Who was the one that used to work with you in 3 counties? She's worked with him as well, isn't she?
Kelly Betts.
Kelly, yeah.
Oh, I hate Kelly Betts.
Oh, yeah.
I hate Kelly Betts.
Who?
Yeah, exactly. I'm angry with her...
Because, it might not be him nicking it, but he does take all your stuff.
Well, let's. It doesn't take all my stuff. I don't know the last time he took anything of mine, but let's just say that there are certain radio presenters, and let's broaden it out slightly. There are certain radio presenters who are well known for listening to radio shows from around the world, thinking, well, no one will listen to that because that was in Australia, so I can. It doesn't bother me.
Because, obviously, you bring out stuff that you say Scott Mills quite often, and then when he did that innuendo bingo with your call, wasn't it?
Oh, he was a little bit rude then, wasn't he?
And then he said, "Oh, Iain Lee, blah blah blah."
Yeah, but that, and if I met him, that doesn't bother me because that was on the radio. That's a little bit of radio banter. I'm fine with that. Well, I do it. I slag off people, and generally I don't mean it. It's a little bit of radio banter. If I say it off air behind their back, that's when I mean
Serious
it.
stuff.
Yeah, I didn't mind him saying that about me.
You're my favourite, but I still think he's funny as well.
Well, I'm gonna now that makes me angry, so I'm gonna have to cut you off, Craig. He's gone.
I usually think he is.
He's gone. I don't know why it won't cut people. 0344 499 1000. Late nights with Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
Late night conversation worth losing sleep over.
Iain Lee.
On air and off the leash.
On Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
Really angry. And I'm snappy. And I'm grumpy. Get rid of that music. Get rid of it. I think that's better. I mean, the music was winding. Everything's winding me up. I'm angry. Really angry.
Do you think we need a moment of zen?
No. No, because here's the thing. Anger is an energy. Anger is an emotion. Anger is a feeling. So why is it necessarily a bad thing? We're not punching people. We're not mocking people. So let's sit with the anger and feel it, and let's see where it takes us.
I find it exhausting being that clenched all the time.
Yeah. But I tell you, I get migraines, and I've been so lucky. I haven't had a full-on migraine for quite a while. I've had a few mild ones, and I've had a few close calls. I've not had a full-on migraine where I'm blind, where I'm throwing up, where I'm I'm praying to Jesus to die, and I'm insane, and I'm talking to people that aren't there, and I'm talking to dead. Oh, it's horrible. I've not had one of them for ages. But. The good thing about the migraines, like that, is when I can start to feel myself getting better. And I think, because when you're in it, you think, it's never going to... I'm going to feel better. And the relief... There's always a moment where I suddenly go, oh, it's gone. And I feel alive. And I feel better. So we'll get that with the anger. So let's just sit with the anger. Let's just feel the anger. Knowing that it won't last forever. And then when it goes, there will be a sense of relief. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number. Yes, John?
Oh, very good evening. I just wanted to... I wanted to apologise, actually.
What for?
Well, I wanted to apologise to Catherine because I didn't say hello before when I phoned in.
Oh, it's fine. It's fine.
No, because I know you sat there and it was quite rude of me.
It's all right.
Anyway, I've got one more actor to throw into the ring, and then I'm going to quit.
All right, so the format is great actors in crap films. Right? That is it. Have you got that?
I have. But
you understand? That's what you're gonna suggest to us, yes?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let's hear it.
Well, before I do, because no doubt, there's every possibility it's going to get cut off afterwards.
That you're going to get cut off before. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number if you want to give us a call. That gets me angry on phone-in shows.
Yeah.
When someone says, I've got 3 points I want to make. Sorry?
Presumptuous.
Sorry? Mm-hmm. You think you're going to I've got 3 points.
That's like Bagsy 15 minutes.
Yeah, and then when they've finished point 1, they want to move on to point 2. Doesn't mean I've finished point 1. No. You don't just say it, read out a script and then go on. Or people who say, before I get to the reason I phoned in, can I just say, sorry? What? He says, all right, what does that even... Before I get to the reason I called in, I just want to say, well, no, well, then this is the reason you've called in, as much as the reason that you've called in. What are you doing?
I've got to ask my mum for a favour, a babysitting favour for this weekend.
Yes.
Do you think I should approach it like one of those callers and say, Mum, before I get to the reason I phoned you, can I just say, your hair looks nice and you've got a nice dress on. Now, can you help me out with a babysitting problem? Maybe that will work. People. There's just it turns out Trump wasn't sending those ships to North Korea. That was a lie, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Turns out he wasn't sending. They're going in the opposite direction. Did you hear that? They weren't going No!
Oh, yeah.
Did he know that, though? Because he doesn't go to the meetings.
They weren't going to North Korea. They were going in the opposite direction. So when he said he's sending an armada out, they were going in the opposite direction.
He don't know, does he?
He don't know. He doesn't know, right? But I think a good old nuclear war just...
It's not selective, though. That's the problem.
Well, it don't matter. I just think you go through history, right? And wars and disease have been great.
What?
For humankind, because it just wipes out huge the plague, the Black Death. We need something like that.
You're getting very Old Testament today.
No. We need something like that just wipes out 1 billion people. 1 billion people.
But which billion? Could be the useful ones.
No, but we'll survive. We're human beings. We'll be fine. Get rid of 1 billion people.
What if you're one of the billion?
So be it. What
about the gene pool?
What's that? That would be fine. Honestly, we need something to wipe out a load of... There are too many people, and most of them are idiots. We need... hang on a minute. Is this you again, John?
Yes, it is.
Oh, John.
Oh, Catherine.
What are you doing? Why are you doing this to yourself?
John, why are you doing this to yourself, John? You're doing this to yourself, John. This is self-abuse, John. Why are you self-abusing yourself, John?
Well, no,
John, why are you doing this to yourself, John? John, why are you doing this to yourself? Stop doing it to yourself.
He's doing it a bit to us as well, though, to be fair.
He is. Why are you doing it?
It's just something I do,
Well, that's not an answer.
I often throw myself under the bus, but I don't mind. So you ready for this film actor?
You're going to force that film actor on us, aren't you?
If this does not fit the criteria that I have specified, then God help you. Because I can get to Liverpool in 4 hours. 3.5 if I rush.
Well, if I drive a bit sooner.
And I will come to Liverpool and I will hunt you down. And that isn't even a joke.
Well, that's fine, because, I mean, we'll do it when there's a comedy night and I'll book you in.
No, I don't want to come and do a comedy night. I want to kill you.
Fine, that's fine. You know,
no, I mean, actually, tie you to a chair and torture you and then kill you slowly. That's what I'm going to do.
That's okay.
Okay. So,
well, it's got your permission now.
So let's see what great actor you've got in a crap film.
Kevin Costner.
Oh.
He really hasn't got it, has he?
Great actor.
He really hasn't got it. The great actor, Kevin Costner. Have you seen Kevin Costner's Macbeth? Oh, he's good. He's good. Blows Olivier off the stage. He does, Kevin Costner. Oh, he's good. He's a great actor. Kevin Costner, the great actor. The Actors Workshop, presented to you by Lord Kevin of Costner. For crying out loud! It's the bloody Waterworld actor! What else was he in? Tin Cup? He's not, he's Kevin Costner!
Was it called The Postman, or is that Waterworld?
Yes, Postman is Waterworld. They're both the same film, but different. Kevin Costner, a great actor!
I mean, I did like Field of Dreams, but I don't...
Kevin Costner, he's decent. He's decent. He's a good actor. He had a run of good luck, then he had a bit of bad luck, and now he's done what most do. He's grown old gracefully, and he's making all right films.
Who was that fella who did the Valentine special? Michael
Bolton.
Right, so I think Kevin Costner is the acting Michael Bolton.
Yeah.
I mean, you know what you're going to get, and it's good, but it's that.
I'm properly... If I'm honest, right, this half hour, the anger faded a bit, right? And I was kind of faking it
Do you
for
know
radio.
What I've seen? Flared right up, didn't it?
Totally. It went down, because we had David Badcock, and that was a bit of fun. We had a bit of banter, and, and it went down. So I thought, well, we're doing the angry thing. I need to keep it up for a bit of pantomime. I need to do that. And I am furious.
Do you know what it's like?
Jesus.
You know them lizards that have got kind of a ruff?
Yep.
It was going down, little concertina thing, now and again a little flicker. That fella, wham! Back up again.
Well, what we're going to do is we're going to take a break. We've got a new caller coming on, a bloke called Stu, and I don't want to scare him off, right?
But
Stu, have a good think during these adverts as to whether what you're going to contribute is going to be worth us listening, all right? Late Nights with Iain Lee.
Unmissable late night radio with the original king of unconventional conversation.
Make contact with Iain.
Late night Iain Lee on Talk Radio. We'll get you talking.
Stu has stuck around. He's feeling bold. Good evening, Stu.
Hello, how are you?
Yeah, I'm angry.
I can tell.
I'm furious, mate.
Oh dear. That's no good.
Well, no, it is good. It is good. We dismiss anger and we say, oh, no, don't be angry. No, be angry. Embrace it. Enjoy it. Feel it. I'm not punching anyone. I'm not kicking anyone. I'm going to enjoy the anger. What have you got for us, Stu?
You just need to sort of exhaust some of that pent-up energy inside of you.
Maybe. That certainly is a possibility. Yes. Okay, lovely.
You're a wise man, you, Stu.
Don't say that. Not on the radio.
What have you got for us, Stu?
I've been having to think about your... great actors in really crap movies.
Yes. Oh, by the way, if you go to Camera 3 on YouTube, look what Matthew Stevenson has done. He's played a bloke. Go to Camera 3 on YouTube. Enjoy. Yes, Stu, go on.
Okay, I'm going to run this one past you, and hopefully it will it'll do the trick. Michael Caine.
Okay, now we did say yesterday that we would hold a moratorium on Michael Caine because, but okay, let's continue. I
apologise. I'm kind of a new listener, so.
Oh, no, it's okay. And I don't want to scare you off. So I want to embrace you. I'm embracing
there's no
you.
chance of that. So Michael Caine in Jaws: The Revenge.
Now, is that Jaws 3 or Jaws 4?
It's the fourth one.
Okay.
Was that the one that had the strapline, "This time it's personal"?
I don't know. no.
Was Jaws 3 Jaws 3D?
Jaws 3 was Jaws 3D.
Right.
Jaws 4 was called The Revenge. I think it was out in the late 80s.
Yeah.
Absolutely horrendous film.
But here's the problem with Michael Caine is, it's probably about 50-50 split on decent films and crap films. Maybe even 60-40 in favour of the crap films. Because he did some good films in the 60s, then the late 60s, 70s and 80s and 90s were appalling.
No.
Yeah.
Cider House Rules was amazing.
Well, with the odd exception. And then, when he became an old man, he made some decent films. The thing is, though, Stu, and I wonder if you agree with me on this, he can't act.
He's kind of got one act, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's not versatile.
No, he's not at all. And the act he does now as a an old man is brilliant. He reminds me a bit of my dad. But he doesn't really. He can't really act.
Well, he's very good at doing the bit where he starts out quiet and then gets furious.
Yeah.
Yes.
And sometimes in reverse.
Yeah. I'm not gonna give you the bushwhacking. Is that a phrase? I want to say bushwhacking. I'll say it. I'm not going to give you the bushwhacking I gave Paul.
Bushwhacking, please.
No, I'm not going to give you a bushwhacking.
Not tonight.
Okay.
But I'm going to say very. Let me be positive. A very interesting first effort. I look forward to hearing what lessons you've learnt from it on your second call. There we go. That was nice.
That's very kind of you.
That was nice, wasn't it?
Yeah.
What are you up to? Whereabouts are you, Stu?
I'm in Kent.
And how did you say you're a newish listener? How did you, how long have you been listening, and how did you find the station, and how did you find the show?
Well, it's probably quite a long story, but I listened to all of your old shows whilst I'm at work.
Oh, blimey, right, okay.
Going back, can I say the name of the stations?
Please do.
Right?
They're all, I'm proud to have worked at all of them, yes.
So I picked up on you on LBC.
Yep.
And then I think you moved to Absolute, was it?
Yes.
Okay, so I listened to all that with Barry from Watford and, all the usual characters, Gatford and...
The act hasn't changed much in the last 15 years. No, you're absolutely right.
Both of those characters still turn up.
Unfortunately, yeah.
And then I stumbled upon you on Talk Radio recently, and I've only really just got the confidence to give you a call. Plus, I'm not normally up this late, so...
No, well, Stu, listen, I'm really glad you found me again. The show is we've got similarities, but I've kind of grown up a bit, and the callers have grown up a bit. I think this is better than any of the other bits and pieces that I've done. But you make up your own mind. We do a daily podcast, Paul, Stu, that you can get on iTunes and all the other places, and also, and I'll say this because I know Matthew's listening, and if anyone wants to go and have a little dip into my old stuff, and I'm talking like the stuff from everywhere I've ever worked, Horizon and XFM and 6 and LBC and Absolute, if you go to Iain Lee Podcasts, I think it's casts.co.uk, everything is there. A young man called Matthew Stevenson, who's also doing the YouTube stuff, has built an amazing website, and he's sourced everything, and he's whacked everything up there, and if people are still sending us stuff to put up there. So,
well, I found some of your Absolute podcasts on the Absolute website.
Yeah,
they're still there. They've archived them.
They're still touting that.
They can't let you go, Ian. That's what it is.
Well, Stu, I'm glad you found me, man, and do call in again. Thanks very much.
Will do. Thanks,
Cheers, my
Ian.
dears. Ta-ta. But there we go. Isn't that funny? 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number. This isn't funny. It's Paul in Stoke Poges.
Hello. You just mentioned Michael Bolton.
I did.
Okay, Michael Bolton. Look up an image of Michael Bolton, and then look up the image of the actress Sarah Jessica Parker.
Why?
One's a man and one's a woman.
They look exactly the same.
Oh, they don't.
No, they don't. No, they don't.
They do.
No, they don't, mate. I know what they both look like. I can see it in my mind's eye.
Sarah Jessica Parker from the New York
Dolls.
Woman.
The New York Dolls.
No, the
New York Woman. Sarah Jessica Parker's from the New York Woman.
Rumpy Pumpy in New York.
Sorry?
Rumpy Pumpy in New York. That's the programme you're after, isn't it?
Oh, you know the one.
Yes, I do.
Of course I know it. It's my business to know it.
Okay, finally, good actor in a bad film.
Please have understood the concept this time, because I really am at my wit. I thought this would be, right, the simplest phone-in ever. Bit of nonsense to throw out. It's the kind of thing that gets people phoning in, right?
It's turned into a riddle.
You didn't agree with my one last night. You said Who Framed Roger Rabbit was a good film.
Yes, it was, mate!
Okay, try this one. Great actor, Sylvester Stallone.
Oh, flipping heck.
Jeez, gone.
Those words
He's gone.
together in order.
What is, Catherine? What is so difficult about this? Great actors, Alec Guinness, Anthony Hopkins, Laurence Olivier, Christopher Walken, great actors. Robert De Niro,
Ray Fiennes,
Pacino, great actors. Sylvester Stallone is not a great actor.
Here's one. Meryl Streep.
Yes!
In Mamma Mia. What a cruddy film that was.
Adrian, to be or not to be, Adrian, that is the question.
That's Sylvester. That's Stallone doing that. You don't say it.
For good reason.
Oh. Absolute bellends these days. 0344 499 1000. Late nights with Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
Late night Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
0344 499 1000 is the telephone number. If you want to give me a call, you're very welcome to. Hang on a minute. Just watch this. If you're watching on YouTube, look. The writing will be back to front. Yeah, back to front. Why is that? Yeah, see? You got it? Is it back to front? I don't know. Now, that camera on the front of the iPhone... Anyway, it's suffering. And it is on mine as well, look. Back to front. I don't know what's going on.
I noticed that last night because the clocks in there were back to front.
Is this back to front?
No, that's as it should be.
Okie dokie. Yes, John?
Yeah,
oh, sweet Lord! What are you doing?
Good evening, Ian. Good evening, Catherine.
Again.
Why are you doing this to yourself?
I'm not doing that. No, I said that was the last one.
That was the last one?
That was the last.
Well, but then you've called up again.
Yeah, I know, something completely different. Something completely different. Incidentally, the camera on your phones, if you use the front one, it will turn up backwards. If you use the back one, it'll be the right way round. That's that. Marijuana.
Oh, for goodness sakes.
No, hear me out.
No.
No?
Go on.
Well, I just think it could be used for depression.
Now, here's the thing. Here's the problem. You've been phoning in too many normal phone-in radio shows where that would be considered an opening gambit for a point of discussion. But we're better than those shows, and we don't follow the usual lazy tropes.
That's fine. No, that's fine. That's perfect. That's I'll get off. Have a nice evening. Have a nice evening, both of you. Enjoy yourselves. Knock yourselves out. But no, I was just thought, I don't know we've ever discussed it on the show. It was a past topic, because obviously I'm, I've not been listening that long. So
all right, let's do it. Where do you go with it? Where do we go with that?
We're going to go with what?
Because where do we go with that? Marijuana could be good for depression. Where do we go with that? How do we make that into a conversation?
Good for depression, so I don't know why I said that. It might be because obviously it's
why have you phoned up to say that?
Well, because I think it's important.
No, it's not.
I think that attitudes need to change.
No, they don't.
In regards to that,
it's not important.
It's vitally important.
No, it's not important. Marijuana's not important. What are you talking about? Rubbish.
Well, it could be.
Well, no, it's not. It's not important.
Well, it depends on your point of view.
No, it doesn't. Marijuana is not important.
What's important?
Love, family, life, children, literature, art, the sun. Marijuana's not important. It doesn't factor.
Hang on. Right. All of those things are important.
Yeah, and marijuana isn't. You just asked me for examples of what are important, and I gave you half a dozen.
Excellent. Very happy with those that you've given me.
I'm really pleased that you're happy with those.
Right, but sometimes you need a bit of marijuana to get through all those.
What a load of rubbish. What utter bull. Sometimes you need a bit of marijuana. That is the lazy, lame stone of you that makes me sick. Sometimes you need a bit of marijuana. What a load of rubbish.
Well, have you ever had marijuana?
Yeah, I've had loads of it.
Right. How did you get on?
Yeah, terrible.
It doesn't agree with everybody.
You can't come on and say, sometimes you need a bit of marijuana. What a dangerous, narrow-minded, selfish, arrogant attitude to put across on the radio.
Right, I'll take your point.
No, you don't take my point, no.
No, I don't.
Because you've never phoned a radio... No, well, then why say you take it? Why say you take it when you don't take it?
David Bowie.
No!
What?
No! This isn't one of... Listen, you are not a professional phone-in to a radio show person. You're not. And this show is unlike any other show that you have called in, and you will be challenged when you speak utter rubbish. And right now, you are speaking utter rubbish.
That's fine. That's fine. Take your point.
But you don't take my point.
I'm struggling, I'll be honest.
Then why say you take it?
Well, just to move things on, you know.
But why would you want to move things on?
I don't know anymore.
Exactly!
Anyway, you have a nice evening.
I am!
God, listen, that's another point I'd like to make, actually.
Why is this all these points you want to make? Is it as rubbish as the one that everyone needs a bit of marijuana?
No, it won't. Hopefully it won't be as rubbish as that.
How many points have you made in the debate so far this evening? I reckon in about 4. How many of those points have hit home?
None.
Right, and you want to go for a 5th?
Yeah, why not? Why not?
Okay.
Just go for a 5th.
Why not? Because it might be boring, that's why not.
Well, that's a good point.
Yeah, and my job is, I'm in the numbers game, okay? And my job is to get numbers up. And if you make a 5th point that's boring, then my numbers will go down.
Yeah, it's risky. I mean, it's up to you. I'm quite happy to take the hit.
Yeah, because it's not your job that's on the line.
Well, I wouldn't want to jeopardise that. I mean, Christ almighty, you know, I've only phoned in 5-6 times. I'm already the worst caller you've ever had.
I didn't say that. You've made that up yourself.
That was an assumption, and I apologise.
Here's the thing, right? I know you phone loads of other radio shows. It doesn't cut It doesn't cut the mustard with me. It bears no relevance to me whatsoever. This radio show is unlike any other radio show you've called in. I'm not one of those slack-jawed late-night radio presenters that does, hey, shall we legalise marijuana? Give me a call now. And then after that, we're going to talk about bringing back hanging, but only for paedophiles. We don't do that. We are light years away from that stuff.
Okay. Can you give me an example?
What do you mean an example? Have you listened?
Well, yes.
Well, then there's the example.
It's an excellent one, and I'll take your point.
No, you don't. That's the 3rd time you said you take my point, and I know now when you say you take my point, you don't take my point.
I do take your point.
What's my point?
Your point is that... Well, no, because there's an assumption on your part, because you think I phone into loads of radio shows.
No, it's not an assumption. You've told me that.
No, if we listen back, you'll find that I phoned them in the past. I didn't say I was phoning them every day.
I didn't say you were phoning them every day, if you listen back.
Right. But you just said it makes it sound as if I phone into them every day.
So you've interpreted it as that.
Oh, well,
I have no idea why.
Oh, well, I apologise again. About that. So do you want to run for this 5th point, or...? It's up to you.
I'm a sucker for punishment. Yeah.
Anger. You say, let's get angry, let's embrace it, and stuff like that. It's a lot of energy, isn't it? It's a lot of energy. Negative energy, sometimes. Sometimes, Don't you think?
Here's the thing. If people haven't got anything to say, they shouldn't phone up. Because I'm quite happy to sit here for 3... If the listeners haven't got anything to say, John, I'm quite happy to accept that and sit here for 3 hours and do the show on my own. I can do that. Those are the shows I get paid for.
Absolutely.
So there's no point in just phoning up, just...
I just had a thought. Imagine if I'd got through for that hour the other day.
You wouldn't have done. There was not a chance you would. There was not a chance you would have got through.
It would have been terrible. Could have been. Catherine could have taken
No, there was absolutely no chance of that happening.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it would have been awful anyway if it had.
But it wouldn't have. There was no chance of it ever happening.
No, but no. You say there's no chance. I mean,
that's why. And do you know why it wouldn't have happened? Because it would have been awful. So that's why there was no chance of it happening.
Well, yeah, that's it. Thankful for small mercies.
Well, no, thankful for Catherine being an excellent producer that I trust with the show completely.
Absolutely. I always think outside the box, and she did very well. But most impressed. Excellent skills. Excellent choice. Lovely evening it was. Anyway, that was a lot of energy, negative, but can be positive at times. But, yeah. I mean, obviously when you hit your thumb with a hammer. Anyway, I'll get off. Have a nice evening.
Thanks for calling, John.
Cheers, bye.
Bye-bye. Honestly, guys, if you have nothing to say, don't phone in. Don't phone in. I mean, that was a bit harsh. That was a bit harsh, Catherine.
Well, me?
No, him. He was harsh on me then. He was harsh on me. The marijuana thing. We all need a bit of marijuana. What's a load of rubbish? We don't.
I think we just heard the embodiment of clutching at straws there.
Some people have got really upset because since the strike, I have been a little bit feistier. Some people don't like that. And some people have stopped listening. Some people have taken it on themselves to slag me off on Facebook pages and,
bravely slagging you off.
Bravely slagging me off and say, I don't like the show. No, I don't like this. It's got so mean. No, I've not. But if people phone up with complete and utter balls, I'm going to say to them, that is complete and utter balls that you are spouting. I'm going to be honest with them. If people phone up and they're interested, we'll engage with them. But I'm going to be honest.
The problem is they've been spoilt by other programmes who are just grateful to have someone else talking for a bit.
We are not the Julia Hartley-Brewer show.
Well, I wasn't thinking of this radio station.
Who tweeted, when someone said, why have you blocked Iain Lee? She tweeted, Iain who? We are not her, who are desperate for phone call. We get loads of phone calls. And even if we didn't, if no one had anything to say, I'll sit here and talk for 3 hours. I've done it before, I'll do it again. I'm sorry, guys, if you don't like the direction the show is going in, tough. I've got, 11 months and 1 week of a contract left, and I am going to rinse this show for everything I can. Because I am confident I'm going in the right direction. So I'm going to follow that. Let's go to Alex. Evening, Alex.
Good evening, Ian.
Hello, man. What you got for us?
Well, I'm going to have a crack at your good actors, bad movie thing.
Great actors, bad movies. You're a brave man, Alex.
Yeah.
But okay,
you know what? I'm going to go double whammy.
Wow.
On one film.
There we go. Now we're talking. This is it. This is what we like. I like this guy. He's got balls. He's got chutzpah.
He's throwing all his chips in, isn't he?
Good for him. He's heard what's happened, and he was on the line the whole time that was going on. He stayed on the line.
Do you know what he was doing on the line?
What?
A few lunges, warming up, ready to take a flipping good run up.
I like Alex's style.
And I'm going to back it up, right, with 2 more if this goes well.
Of course you are. You're a legend, Alex.
Okay.
You're the kind of man that other men want to be like.
I hope so.
Here we go.
Okay. Ray Fiennes.
Oh, yes, sir. What a great actor.
And Jim Broadbent.
Oh, that is a great actor. No, Catherine, don't pull that face.
I'm not. I'm just waiting for the
Jim Broadbent, one of the greatest. Go on, what is it?
In The Avengers.
Oh.
Yeah, well played,
audacious.
Alex.
Beautiful dismount.
Played, Alex.
Okay.
That is it. Well, boy, you get straight in there with your next one, fella. Come on.
Okay, the next one is Kenneth Branagh.
Oh, he's good.
And Kevin Kline.
Oh, he's a good actor. Not great, but he's got Branagh, so we're covered.
Well, yeah, this will get it. In Wicked Wild 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 West.
Yeah, we go. Well done. Yes.
Thank you.
You said you had a third.
I didn't have a third, no, but I can probably think of one quite quickly.
Can I just say, right, to all the chancers and the slack-jawed idiots we had phoning in this evening who've not been able... People say Sylvester Stallone. People say that.
Kevin Costner.
You have just had a masterclass in how to do a phone call to a radio station. He's got in there... He's understood the subject matter. He's got it. He's understood it. He's phoned up. Boom. Straight in there with two marvellous answers.
And you know what? There's another one.
Go on.
Anthony Hopkins.
Oh, mate, you are brilliant at this, yes.
In the upcoming Transformers film, which I know will be dire.
Now, normally I'd say, well, let's wait and see what happens. It's the Splash Effect, a TV series I dissed until I watched it and thought it was brilliant.
Great.
But, yes, the Transformers movies really have been a major letdown, haven't they?
Yeah, my heart really sank when I saw John Malkovich in one of them as well. Francis McDormand.
Malkovich takes the dollar. We know we know he can act. He's just taking the dollar now. Him and who's the fellow with the craggy face who was in one of the Spider-Man movies, the first Spider-Man movie in the 90s?
Oh, Willem Dafoe.
Willem Dafoe. Great actor, but pretty much every movie he's ever been in.
Got to pay rent.
And don't forget the Bird's Eye adverts he was in. He did voice that little teddy bear in the freezer.
Oh, yes.
Willem Dafoe voiced that was in the Bird's Eye advert, mate.
Yeah, the ones where the woman opened the door of the freezer and he went, "Hello, Karen."
Alex, mate, listen, keep that guy's number. That is a golden caller. That is a golden caller. Beautiful. Textbook.
Palate cleanser.
Well done. Well done. Top of the class. 5 house points. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number. Another hour of pure anger on Talk Radio.
Talk Radio.
Another hour to go. The anger is subsiding slightly. We need to increase it if we can. 0344 499 1000. I tell you what, guys, anger is sweeping the nation. What are you angry about? Late Nights with Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
Across the UK, online and on DAB.
The wild man of late night radio is back.
Differently interesting nocturnal emissions from a legend of late night radio.
Iain Lee, on air and off the leash.
On Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
0344 499 1000 is the telephone number. You can watch the show on YouTube. But me and Kath have got real plans for this YouTube channel, Rabbit Hole TV. It's going to happen, okay? And we're kind of experimenting with it. And Matthew Stevenson is a young man who is helping us out with it. And I'm experimenting with making little short films and I'm terrible at editing video. I can do it, but it takes me absolutely ages
You'll
to
get faster.
And I've got Final Cut Pro, which is a really swish editing thing, but it just does my nutting. But we'll get there. So we're going to do a few practice bits and pieces. So we'll just film some stuff in the office and some Rabbit Hole stuff. And hopefully by the time we go to New York, June the 12th, which will be the first show, we'll be kind of up to speed, because I've got a feeling that when we're zipping around New York, and we will be zipping around, I think you're going to be busy editing audio in the back of a cab. I'm going to be busy editing video in the back of a cab, and we'll stop off in diners and we'll be editing and uploading and all this stuff. So it's going to be, we're going to be knackered at the end of it. We're going to be absolutely knackered. But Rabbit Hole TV is the place to go. So if you can find it out at the moment if you go to youtube.com/Mr. Iain Lee. And if you subscribe, spread the word. And also, if you, I want to put stuff up there, if you want to share it, I want to put stuff up there that perhaps you've made. It's got to be good. I don't want to put any old crap up there, right? I don't want to put any rubbish. So if you've got stuff that you think is alright, send me an email, ian@iainlee.com, and I'll have a look. Don't be offended if I say no. It doesn't mean it's no good. It just maybe it doesn't fit into the kind of vibe that me and Kath are trying to create with it. But we're going to have some good stuff on there, I think. Good. Mate, we'll see what happens. We might. I've got an idea for doing like a sort of chat show on there, but we'll deal with that at a later date. 0344 499 1000. Good evening, Annie.
Evening, Ian.
You right?
Yeah, I'm fine. I was just hoping to jump on the coattails of the anger, if that's okay.
Oh,
Hop
mate!
on. Plenty of room.
What did you say?
Hop on.
I think you said cock on. Is that a northern
How did I
phrase?
say that?
Either one. I'm happy with either version. That's fine.
Bob on is a northern expression, not cock on.
Cock on, Annie, cock on.
Okay, we'll go with that one.
Go on then.
That works. What
are you angry about, Annie?
Okay, I'm feeling it's a righteous anger. That's what I'm kind of feeling.
Indignation.
Yes,
I like
that's a good word. That's a good word.
Let's have it.
It's been building over a while. It's a guy at work, and he's kind of, you know, those niggly, annoying niggly kind of people that try and get a rise out of you all the time.
Yeah, I work well. She's called Catherine Boyle.
Yeah, yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
He's been trying to get a rise, and I've been letting it go and not having it, and I've decided that's not working, so I'm getting angry, and he's going to get it back now.
In what way is he trying to get a rise out of you? What's he doing?
He started off as sort of that niggly little undermining stuff that people try and do.
I do. And do you think it's because you're a woman? Because that's quite often the case. Some men don't like working with women.
Yeah. I was about to say possibly, but no, it's a definite yes.
Isn't that funny? Insecurity.
Yeah, but you can smell it a mile off, can't you? That kind of thing.
Oh yeah, and it's the public way that he does it as well. It's just so timed, and it's when certain people are around, and it's all of those different kinds of things. And because I've been off work over the Easter holidays, so I've had time to think about it, and I've possibly overthought it.
Yeah, well,
yeah, because I tend to do that, and it's almost like he's been getting a rise out of me, and I'm an experienced, educated person, quite high up in my career, and it's bugging me. So if he's doing that to other people who are younger, more inexperienced, all that kind of stuff, what kind of impact is he having elsewhere? And to me, people let him get away with it, and I've decided not to anymore.
That kind of behaviour can put people off a career. They can entirely change career because of someone like that.
And you're right. It is something that they try on in certain respects with other people as well. It won't just be you. It'd be very unusual for it to just be you.
Yeah.
So what are you going to do, Annie?
Well, I'm going to, because I've been doing the polite thing, and that's very female, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's letting it get in, smiling and letting him get away with it, and sort of putting him right on occasions, but then thinking, you know what, it's not worth the effort. And I think me treating it as not worth the effort is allowed him to get away with it.
Because he thinks he has to up the ante every time, do you think?
Yeah. There has been, especially over the last few weeks, there has been a chance where, he's saying things deliberately that he knows is going to annoy me, just to see how much it's annoying me. To try and he's looking for a bite, and he kind of wants that bite, and I haven't given it to him yet.
Choose discomfort over resentment. That's the thing. You've got. You haven't got to. I would suggest you should speak to him and say. I mean, are you thinking of doing like a public humiliation, or taking him to one side and saying, "What are you doing, man? What's all this?"
I've already done that.
Really? You've spoken to him about it?
Oh yeah.
And what did he say?
I've already done that. And he did the thing that I almost was expecting him to do. The thing that bugs me about this is I work with a group of psychologists.
Oh God!
So why does he think I haven't figured out what he's doing? Do you know what I mean? And there's a level of kind of a little bit of stupidity there, because surely he knows that I figured out what he's doing.
Yeah.
So I did the professional thing. I took him to one side and explained what was going on.
Oh, well done.
Yeah, and it wasn't working, all those kinds of things, and did it in the professional way. And he just did it's that male and female thing again, where I'm being emotional and overreacting. And it was a big throw the hands up in the air, and it's all right, love, calm down. You're being a bit emotional, which just made it worse, to be honest.
I couldn't imagine saying that to someone.
Yeah.
Flipping heck, Annie.
Yeah. So now, because I've sort of spoke to him and did it professionally and spoken to him in private, he's doing that level of, he's kind of racked it up a bit in public.
Oh, Annie, go and destroy him. Go and destroy him. Annie, get your gun. Destroy him.
It's got to be done.
It's got to be done.
And there are other younger people in the department, I'm thinking, if they start taking his lead, he's going to cause a lot of damage.
Yeah.
And I think they've got to see that it doesn't work and it's not going to happen.
Oh, I'm getting angry now because of this idiot. I want to come and have a word with him. This is outrageous behaviour. I hate it. Catherine, there are many women that work here. You are in the minority. It's a very blokey place. Talk sport and talk radio. Very blokey place. And I was wondering what that feels like. Because I would feel, if I were one of 4 women, one of 3 or 4 men that was here, I would feel very uncomfortable.
No, funnily enough, because I used to knock about with the boys a lot at school.
Steady.
No, but in a way that, see, the female friendships in my early teens got very nasty and kind of that kind of competitive
That's quite
thing.
common, isn't it?
Yeah. I opted out and started knocking about with the boys. It was all much more, there was banter.
Yeah.
I would tell them to, F off.
All right, mate, calm down.
No, but I would. But then that would be the end of it. They knew where the line was. With women, it's kind of, it was...
Oh, it's mean.
And the professional problems I've had...
Yes.
Have been with other women.
Yes.
Blokes, I don't have a problem with at all. Generally, there've been a couple where it's been working with the kind of bloke who, if he doesn't fancy you or you don't flirt with them, they don't know how to handle it.
Yeah.
Because there's no other kind of relationship, is there? It's either a sexual relationship or they don't quite know how to deal with it.
Or you're stuck up and
Yeah, exactly. Or there's something wrong with you.
So they have to take you down. That's the undermining thing.
That's what it is. And it's been a bit of a surprise because this is a temporary job. I'm kind of on a sabbatical, so I know there's an end date, which is making it a bit easier. So in my normal day job, I spend a big chunk of my time working with police officers, and most of them are male.
Yeah.
And I've never experienced that kind of undermining behaviour.
Yeah.
That's where you would expect it.
What is it? Insecurity from him? It's got to be insecurity, isn't it?
Yeah, it's got to be.
So he's trying to exert himself by bullying.
Well, my dad's a journalist, and when I started to go into journalism, he kind of gave me the words of warning where if people are threatened by you and they can't undermine you because of the quality of your work, then they'll get personal, and it'll be that. And that's precisely what I think you're probably dealing with. That you can't fault you on your work. You're not doing any of that wrong, and you don't gel with him. He can't manipulate you that way. So he's going to try and take you down by showing you up. It's so horrible.
Yeah, exactly. He's been the big guy in the department for a long time, and now that there's somebody else there, and I've got more practical experience than he has, and he doesn't like that.
Oh, he's emasculated, of course. He's
Yeah.
Well, Annie, I wish you the very best of luck. If you feel that you can, I'd love to know what happens, because I like that. That kind of stuff excites me when I'm not involved in it.
Yeah.
But I understand why it might be inappropriate for you to share that stuff, and that you feel that you have achieved what you wanted to achieve by calling us tonight.
It's that difficult thing, though, isn't it, Annie? And as you said there, you don't want to come across as becoming overly emotional, because that would be playing into his hands. But at the same time, you can't use that to keep backing you into a corner.
Yeah, it's that difference between when I do respond to the stupid things that he says.
Yeah.
Then he says, "Oh, I didn't mean to upset you," and I'm continuously saying,
it's just banter, love. It's just banter. Calm down. It's
I
just
hate
banter.
that word.
Oh, it's a cop out. It's a get out of jail card, and it don't work. Only tossers say it's just banter.
I didn't mean to upset you. No, you meant to be an absolute.
Yeah. No, you knew exactly what you were doing there. It's just banter, love. Calm down. What's going on? You're on or something? What are you having?
Oh, God.
He's not done that, has he?
Oh, yeah, I've had the whole time with the month thing.
Oh, no, he's not!
Is he?
I was doing that as a cliche of that. No!
Is he from 1974? Is it Gene Hunt? Because even Gene Hunt was charming.
Oh, I was doing that to show how I didn't think he'd actually done it. Oh, God, what an arse.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Oh, Annie.
So that's why I've been a little bit on the back foot, and I'm thinking, have I missed something here? Have we travelled back in time or something?
But the thing about it is, everyone else must see it as well, and if he's like that, that's outrageous.
Do you know what? We've had 2 of the most shocking calls I've taken tonight. Eben getting done over in Tesco's, and Annie. Honestly, I mean, flip. Annie, I'm so pleased we haven't spoken before, have we, Annie?
Oh, a couple of times, but it's been a while.
Okay, well, listen, I'm glad you called in, and I wish you the very best of luck, and if you want to come back, and let us know how it goes, you'd be very welcome.
We'll do a little bit of an update when I've had a word with him.
Nice one, Annie. Thanks very much. Cheers.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Is it your time of the month? I was doing a cliche there, thinking, well, you won't have got... Oh, we know he's done that. Right, yeah, fair enough.
Whenever people behave like that, I always think, OK, well, good, you've shown yourself now, I won't forget, I know what you're...
Imagine saying to a woman, because she's reacting, well, yeah, is it your time of the month? You're on your period?
It's like Donald Trump.
You're on your period, love. Hey, you could take a couple of days. Unbelievable. That's blown my mind, that has. Thank you, Annie. That was a great call. We've had some really good calls tonight, and we're getting a lot of this, and I've noticed this since the strike. lots of new voices, or voices like Annie that have called once or twice and they're coming back, and we're getting lots of people on Twitter saying, oh, let's just retweeted someone, oh, Talk Radio's back. Beautiful. We're going in the right direction, I'm sure of it. Hey, listen, we've got 45 minutes left. We have no calls lined up, so if you want to call now, would be an excellent time. 0344 499 1000. Don't forget to tick your Radar Diaries. I'm Iain Lee. That's Catherine Boyle. Back after this.
Late night, Iain Lee on Talk Radio. We'll get you talking.
0344 499 1000 is the telephone number. It's an angry show this evening. I'm angry. Kath's angry. Josh is angry out there taking the call. Everyone's angry. We can feel it, guys. We can feel it. Ari, are you angry?
Me?
Is your name Ari?
Yeah.
Right. Yes, you. Are you angry?
Not at the moment, no.
Buzzkill.
What makes you angry, Ari?
What makes me angry?
Ari, are you angry? Are you angry? Are you angry,
no,
Ari?
No. What makes me angry is quite a few things. When my brothers, actually, I've got 6 brothers under me, and I'm the oldest, when they chomp their head off.
When they what?
When they chomp.
Fart?
While they're eating.
Oh, dear.
Hey,
There's no need for that.
That's just... Well, listen, you can't be angry with... It's like saying, I get angry when people blink.
No.
It's just a natural bodily...
If they're putting their backs into it.
When they do it purposely.
No one can blow off purposefully.
Oh.
Hang on, let me try.
No, don't. That's horrible.
Seriously, Ian.
That's horrible.
No, they can't.
Don't look at me while you're doing that as well. It's bad enough when it's a baby, but when it's a 43-year-old man.
Yeah.
Ari, you've called in. What would you like to say to the listeners this evening on Talk Radio?
I actually wanted to speak to you, Ian. Just want to say that your show has improved tremendously since the strike.
Thank you very much for noticing, Ari. You're absolutely correct. Because would you like to tell the dullards who think the show has got worse since the strike, would you like to tell them exactly how it's improved? I like this guy. Didn't used to, but do now. Go on.
How's it gotten better? I just enjoy it more, that you're more on your toes. You're being yourself more, rather than listening to everyone else and doing what everyone else does.
Yeah, and if people come on and they're idiots, I'm telling them they're idiots. Exactly.
Definitely.
He's spot on, Catherine. Well, take that mark off by his name where we wrote down he's a boring tosser.
Hello?
Yes?
Thank you.
It's gone now. It just says Ari in Gateshead. Before it said something very, very rude.
Okay.
But thank you, mate. I appreciate that. If you could tell all of your friends as well.
I will do.
Don't tell your farty brothers, though.
No, stinkers.
Don't want those guys listening. This is not.
No.
This
they
is
won't
not,
be able to hear it over the sounds.
Yeah, this is not the blow-off show. That's that's on Sundays.
No, 10 a.m. weeknights.
Catherine, I can get away with it. You can't.
Julia Fartley Brewer.
Hey, Harry, nice one, man. Thanks for calling.
No problem.
Cheers, my dears. There we go. What a nice guy. He's right. It has got better. He's right. It has got better since the strike. Pablo.
Hip, hip, hip.
Hip, hip, hip.
How do?
Hey, rat fans.
Just on the film actors who are good but in rubbish films.
It's not, Catherine.
Tread very carefully.
I can't
Tread
do this
very
anymore.
carefully.
Can't do this.
Kevin Spacey.
Right.
Yes.
I know it's quite dear to your heart, Ian, but 9 Lives, where he plays a cat.
Do you want to tell him, Catherine, or should I?
I think it better be. It's better coming from you, man to man.
Mate, Pablo.
Yep.
It's a great suggestion. Great suggestion. It's also got Christopher Walken in, hasn't it? Two great actors in a terrible film. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Christopher Walken's got a little bit more back history with the bad films.
No, he's a great actor. Both great actors, terrible film, yeah? We'd agree on that, wouldn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what the entire phone moaning was based on, you idiot. It was based on 9 lives. That's why I came up with it. That's why, when I tweeted it, I put hashtag 9 lives. Get lost. Evening, Dennis.
Good evening. I didn't even know there'd been a strike.
I went on strike for a week, you muppet.
I didn't hear it.
Well, no, you wouldn't have done. I wasn't on air.
Well, I thought you were ill or something. No, I'm sorry. Didn't realise you'd gone on a strike.
Well, I'll have to do another one. Probably about the same time next year. I might do one in the summer as well. For 2 weeks.
29th of May.
What?
Round about the 29th of May.
Yeah, listen, Dennis, and seriously, and I mean this with love and respect, you ain't going to make it to the 29th of May. I want my 30 quid.
Yeah. That 30 quid will come in handy for something else. Something else I really want to do.
What do you really want to do?
Give it to the people who have got cataract.
What? Give it to the people who've got cataracts?
Sight savers, yes.
Why are you going to give it to people who've got those funny boats with the bits sticking out of the sides? Is that cataracts?
Catamaran.
Hey! Why are you going to give it to that lady that writes all the feminist books?
No.
Catamaran.
I'm sorry. No, sight savers, because I had mine saved, so it's up to me to...
No, you don't want to give it to them.
Yeah, well, no, you're going to give it to them.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
I'm not.
All right. Well, I'll shame you over the...
What? Stain? You stain me? He's going to stain me?
Oh, God.
Shave you.
Shave me?
Oh, my goodness, even worse.
Thanks for calling, Dennis.
All right, good night.
I don't
Seriously, when are you two going to get it together? Again, it's another romance, a bromance.
Who invented the word bromance?
An idiot.
Oh, no, it's not an idiot. It's a very clever person who invented it. I don't know who it was, but it's a clever thing. There was a really good documentary on Radio 4 a few years ago, and it was repeated recently, about the guy who invented I Heart NY.
Yes, I heard it.
Did it for free. He was a marketing thing, but he kind of did it for free, and he came up with a few ideas, and they weren't quite right, and then he was in a cab, and it just...
He actually did it on the back of an envelope, didn't he?
Yes, he did. And it wasn't copyrighted. For a long time, it wasn't copyrighted, so anyone could use it. And then, sort of in the last 25 years, the city of New York copyrighted it.
I Heart NY.
Yeah, so now you can't use it without paying them $1. It's like the Olympics. You can't use the word Olympic unless it's been sanctioned by the International Olympic Committee. It's like when 2012, when that was going on.
Where did you used to be able to get an Olympic breakfast?
That was Little Chef. And I think they were still allowed to use it. Maybe they changed it. But there was like, in the East End of London, there was like Olympic Cafe. They had to change it. Just a greasy spoon. They had to change it.
Yeah, but that probably came because they were Greek or something.
Yeah. I think it's... So they own the word Olympic. Well, apparently they do.
Wow.
And I think it's really sad. Loads of places got knocked down. Loads of shops and things got knocked down to build the Olympic Stadium and all that stuff. Was it really worth it? I don't think it was worth it. Businesses getting closed down, people getting bought out so they could knock it down and build a bloody stadium.
We had a good couple of weeks though, didn't we?
It was like 2 weeks.
Fun times.
2 weeks of that.
The opening ceremony, brilliant.
Yeah.
Closing ceremony.
Oh, no one cares about the closing. You don't spend any money on the closing ceremony because everyone's gone. No one watches that. Have we had an Olympics? When was the last one? What was the last one? Brazil?
Yeah.
No, that was World Cup. Both. They had both the World Cup and the Olympics, didn't they? Was it?
Probably.
I don't know. Maybe China. China's coming up.
At some point.
Yeah, it will be. It doesn't.
Who's next? It is isn't it?
Is it Britain again?
No, it's Brazil, isn't it?
Britain should get the gold medal because after World War II, when everyone was spent and had no money, we bravely said,
back to ours.
We'll do it.
Mm-hmm.
We will do it. Don't expect anything fancy. We're on rations, powdered eggs,
a few sandwiches.
But we'll do it, guys. Not only have we liberated you, we will also hold and they'd held the Olympics. I think the one before the war, hadn't they? No, that was Berlin. But the one before Berlin. We'll do it. We'll do the Olympic. We've done Poland, France. I think, did they invite naughty Germany? Was naughty Germany? Because that would have been very, very big of us. If the first Olympics after the war that we threw, because we were big, and we said, you know what, Germans? You can come.
It was East and West Germany, surely, by then, wasn't it?
Well, when did that happen, though? That wasn't immediately after the war.
I thought it was. I thought we said, you're not allowed to talk to each other anymore.
Well, I don't know.
What happened?
I'd love to go back in time and go to, which was the bad Germany? Not Nazi Germany, I don't go that bad. East Germany, that was the one, wasn't it?
Well, there was the one that was communist.
Yeah, East Germany, the bad one. Oh, you sympathiser. Die DDR. Which one was the DDR? The Deutsche Democratic Republic, that was the good one. Ostdeutschland. Ostendeutschland. Osten.
Ich habe keine Idee.
Ich habe in der Osten Deutschlanden. Das ist where I live.
I've never been to Germany.
I have been to Germany for 2 days on a freebie, and it was very, very disappointing.
Ein Freibie.
Ein Freibie. 0344 499 1000. Please, for the love of all that is holy, call in. Otherwise, the next call after these adverts will be Paul in Stow-Poges.
Late night Iain Lee.
On air and off the leash.
On Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
Oh, well, no one called in. It means we're talking to this Muppet. Evening, Paul.
Okay, right, I swear you cannot argue with this one. 2 great actors in the same bad movie.
What now, Catherine? Was it Paul who came up with Kevin Costner? No, he was Sylvester Stallone. Okay.
So
okay.
Carefully does it now.
Okay. 2 great actors in the same bad movie.
Okie dokie.
We'll see about that.
Dan Aykroyd.
I mean, what part of great actor does he not get?
Although, hopefully, he'll be coming on the show soon.
Hopefully Dan Aykroyd will be coming on the show soon. That is, any movement on Aykroyd?
Still up in the air.
Okie dokie.
Still in the pipeline.
Beautiful. But he's a brilliant actor. Brilliant comedy actor. Great character actor. He's not a great actor, and I think he would be the second after me to say.
We haven't seen his Lear, have we?
No, not at all. He's not a great in the sense of Walken, Spacey, Olivier, Guinness.
He's not an actor.
No, not at all. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number. If you want to give me a call, you're more than welcome to. I've written down some stories.
Do you think Richard Burton was a good actor?
No.
Kind of the same.
No, he was rubbish.
Wasn't he?
He was
great voice.
Oh, I've got a great voice. Richard Burton.
Beautiful voice.
And Elizabeth Taylor. Will you please marry me for the 3rd time? Make me a very happy man.
And then a very miserable man?
Make me a very miserable man. I'm going to drink. I'm so drunk. Because of Elizabeth Taylor. Under Milkwood. That's good, that. Good, that.
A bit more Hopkins.
If I'm honest, I don't think I've ever heard him speak.
Oh.
Here we go. This makes me angry.
Oh, here we go.
The Daily Mirror. Waving the flag for Great Britain. Great Britain is the best place in the world, and we should all be grateful we live here because it's great. No, it's not. It's rubbish. It's a rubbish country. It's a rubbish country with rubbish food. You know, the only good food in Britain? Foreign
Chips.
food. Foreign food. Foreign food. British food is awful. Okay, I'll tell you what.
I love a pie.
Tomorrow, let's go for a British, shall we? Should we go for a British? Well, what does that even mean? Go for a French. Go for an Indian. Go for a Chinese. Yeah? Go for a Japanese. Go for a British. So, what? I don't. What do you mean?
Fish and chips.
It's not. Is that it? British food can be described in one word: brown.
Beige.
Yeah, it's all beigey brown. That's it.
Well, it's because it was, supposed to fill you up and it was cold.
What about when it was hot?
It's never hot in England.
Oh, come on. Come on, of course it is. The other day
when it's hot in England, you get salad. With an ID.
Britain is rubbish. The sooner we accept... This is what I'm thinking of sitting out this election. I voted I voted in the Brexit.
You lost.
I lost. I voted in the last election. I lost. I voted in the election before. Can't remember if I won or lost. Anyway, we all lost.
I don't think I've ever won an election.
Well, listen, I'll tell you why, Catherine, and I'm going to say this on air, because the BNP will never rise to power in this country. And I'm glad you've lost. She's not arguing because she knows I've got her spot on.
Bang to rights.
Bang to racist rights.
One of these days.
So this is why I think I'm going to sit out the next this election, because
definition of madness, isn't it?
Keep
voting.
The same thing, expecting different results. It's pointless. It's pointless. So, Britain sucks is going to be my motto. I'm going to get it tattooed on my tramp stamp. Britain sucks. You sound. You look surprised. It's.
You're going to get it tattooed on your tramp stamp.
Yeah. Well, it's going to be my tramp stamp.
Oh.
Britain sucks.
How are you going to
exit this way? The Daily Mirror is sending propaganda. No place is like home, as 80% of us prefer taking staycation to foreign holiday. No, we don't. 80% prefer. No, we don't. 80%. That's all we can afford. It's all people can afford. They don't prefer.
I'd like to stay at home while they go away.
Yeah. 6 reasons why Britain is best. Hang on a second. Marty!
Hey, Ian, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you, Marty. I don't know why I feel like I have to say your name in that accent. Marty!
Ash does that as well, man.
Oh, does he? Well, in that case, I'm going to say, good evening, Marty. How the hell is Vancouver?
It's all right, man. You know, we got a nice day. It's warming up.
Yeah, Vancouver. That's Canada, yeah, Kath?
Yes.
Yeah. Now, Canada, there's a country. There's a country I can get behind.
Big one.
Oh, Canada is beautiful. I love Canada. It's much better than Britain, which is rubbish.
That's why.
Well, Canada's like old-fashioned Britain, isn't it?
What?
A little bit.
Why did you leave Britain, Marty?
Well, I left a long time ago. I left in 2005, and I actually first went to Australia.
A lot of people make that mistake, yeah.
It didn't really work out, and then I moved to Ireland for a couple of years to hang out with my dad, because we never grew up. I didn't grow up with him, so I moved to Ireland to hang out with him for a couple of years. And long story short, I had a permanent residency visa that was going to expire for Canada, and I had to basically move here by 2010, and so I did, and I've been here ever since.
And it's a great country, Canada. It's a great... The fact as well that in Canada they have bits where they speak French. It's beautiful, and they get sniffy if you don't speak French. Fantastic. I think that's wonderful. That's a proper excitement.
It is a little expensive here, that's the one issue.
Is that just in the cities, or is that kind of everywhere?
No, it is a bit of everywhere, but the cities are terrible. I mean,
but then that's are they more expensive than London and Birmingham and Manchester? Because they're well expensive.
Well, it's been so long since I've been in London, so I don't really know, Ian, what with the conversions anymore.
Well, I think you're in
London is pretty expensive.
I think you're in a much better place. And if I didn't have kids, obviously having my boys is the best thing that could have ever happened to me, and I love them and I adore them and they're wonderful. But they do kind of tie you down a bit. Well, of course they do. Responsibility. But if I didn't have kids, I'd move to Canada. And I'd do this over there. Beautiful. I'd love it,
man. You should come and do radio over here because they're all rubbish.
I'm tempted. When hang on, the youngest is 15, so in 13 years I'll come over there and do it. Don't work out how old I'll be, please, Catherine. That's just unpleasant. 56. Anyway, Marty, what are you called in for? Are you angry?
I'm always angry.
Why?
Just at work I get angry. You know.
You don't sound angry. You see, this even Canadians, when they're angry, they sound laid back. I'm angry. Man, I hate you. I hate you, man.
I hate you, eh?
I hate you, man.
I I hate you, eh? Well, I left the office a couple of hours ago, so I've chilled out a bit now.
Well, good. I love it. I love it. This is why I want to go and live there. We should all go to Canada. Let's go. Forget New York. Let's go to Canada.
Poor Canada.
Poor Canada.
When you guys, you're more than welcome to come and hang out in Vancouver for a day if you have time on your trip.
How long would it take us to get from? Because it's closer than you think. How long would it take us to drive from New York to Vancouver?
To drive, Jesus, that would take a couple of days.
Oh, it's further. It's further than I thought.
A flight would take 5 hours.
Oh,
if you wanted to go to Canada, your best bet is to go to Toronto.
Hang on a minute. So you're telling us what kind of fruitcake is this guy?
That's why he invited us, because he knows that we can't go.
You're suggesting that we take 10 hours out of our 6 days we're there to come to Vancouver? Get out of town, cowboy. That ain't happening, buddy.
Well, you could fly in 5 hours.
Yeah, exactly. But then we got to fly back. That's another 5 hours.
I suppose we'll have to stop for a cup of tea or something. So that's 11 hours. Anyway, thanks for the invite.
We ain't coming. We ain't coming. What did you call in for, Marty?
I was going to talk about great actors, rubbish films, or at least give it a try.
Wow.
Well,
people, you lot are a glutton for punishment.
and British food, by the way, well, at least British food here is like shepherd's pie,
beige,
and mash,
beige,
bubble and squeak,
beige.
Rubbish.
It's all the same colour. It's all really stodgy and horrible, and it wrecks your colon. British food, British colons are an absolute disgrace.
British colons are crying out.
You get a you get a British colon, put it next to a Canadian colon. You will see the difference.
Yeah. Canadian colon's like a whistle, isn't it?
Go on then. Go on, Marty. You're feeling brave. Let's have a great actor in a rubbish film.
I'm actually going to try and give you 2 great actors in one rubbish film.
Okay, I like this. This guy's got chutzpah.
Chutzpah. All right, here we go.
It doesn't sound
Al Pacino and Robert De Niro.
Yeah, here we go.
In Righteous Kill, which was terrible, at least to me.
I've never seen Righteous Kill. What year?
Oh, well. It's, God, I can't remember. Mid-2000s, maybe 2006, 7, 8.
Have they only made 2 films together then? That and Heat?
That and Heat that I'm aware of. But they didn't really, apparently, in Heat, they didn't film together.
There's only one scene in Heat where they're in the same scene, but yes, it is rumoured that they were filmed on different days.
Is that because it's like Crossing the Streams, Ghostbusters?
Yeah, I don't know why, but that was the rumour that they filmed on different days.
Too gangster.
It's weird, isn't it? It's weird that I don't. I'm going to take your word for it, Marty, that that's a pony film.
Thanks very much, Ian.
Nice one, man. Listen, it's good to talk to you. Thank you for calling in. 03, and thanks for the invite. 0344 499 1000. Last 15 minutes of the show. Late Nights with Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
Late Night Iain Lee. Unfiltered Night Talk with the original king of unconventional conversation on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
Very, during that break, if you're watching on the YouTube channel, big misunderstanding. I'm going to the doctor's tomorrow for a little checkup. And
I said, do you think they'll give you a tune-up while you're there?
And I said, yes, I think he might cup my balls.
And I said that... Well, I was horrified.
Yeah, and I said, well, just to see if I've got any lumps or anything. But you thought I'd said, cut my balls. He will not be cutting my ball. Well, who knows?
That's why I no longer have a licence to practice.
Who knows? Boy, oh boy, I hope he doesn't have to cut my balls, but if he does, I will follow that suggestion. He's the doctor. He's the doctor. And you've got to listen to the doctor.
Yes.
0344 499 1000 is the telephone number. The anger's subsiding slightly.
Good.
Although I do think this country is rubbish.
Mm.
Why don't you go and live somewhere else? Why don't you go and live somewhere else? It's not an argument. Well, I think the country's so rubbish. Why don't you go and live somewhere else? Because my house is here, and my job is here. It'll be a really long commute. I can live here and still think it's rubbish. Allowed to do that.
You're right.
Yeah, it's
free country.
It's why this country's so great. I'm allowed to think it's rubbish, yet I can stay here and make a living here. That's why this country is so rubbish, because it's great. It's that time of the night where I just can't be bothered anymore.
He's starting to turn into a pumpkin.
I can see Josh putting caller through, so I'm going to wait. No, Luke, what is your... Luke! You phoned in? Josh is phoning out? What the hell is wrong with you? What the hell is wrong with him, Josh? He's put him on. I'll have it out with him. Right. I'll find out exactly what's wrong with the complete muppet. Evening, Luke. Nice of you to call in, mate. What you got for us?
Yeah, how are you on about the show tonight, about angry?
Well, even though you were missing about 7 words in that sentence, I got the point, yes.
This has really made me angry, what my mum has said to me the other day.
That there's no such thing as wild pumas?
Pumas.
No, this has really made me angry, what my mum said to me the other day.
You're not her son. She's not your mum. You're adopted. No. You're boring.
Oh, thanks.
No, I was being your mum. You're boring, Luke. Leave it, go away.
My mum's boyfriend passed away last year.
Hey.
Sorry for saying this word.
Well, don't say it then.
Some sicko has nicked his little headstone.
Oh, from what? From the what? When that was
graveyard.
They nicked the headstone.
Yeah, there's quite a few graves have been damaged.
Well, hang on a minute. That would only be useful to someone who's got the exact same name and the exact same dates. And the chances of that, I mean, it's possible, but very, very slim. Very slim.
Yeah, it's gone missing. It's costing me mum quite a lot of money for that little headstone.
Oh, that's terrible.
It's not one of these situations where the council's done the topple test, is it?
Oh.
Well, the council don't want to know round here. They're useless.
Has your mum spoken to the council? Because they might have done something.
If it was loose, they might have taken it down.
How can you take a headstone?
No, it's like a little headstone where you can just pick it up and put it in the bag. Like that kind of small kind of
Oh, well, in that case, they probably... What was it made out of?
Oh, I haven't got a clue. I think it was marble, and it costed me mum nearly about 500 to 600 quid.
Well, well, I mean, as horrific as it is, you can't leave 500 quid lying on a graveyard, because they'll smooth that down. They must be able to smooth that down, buff that down, and use it again. You can buff marble down.
Seems like a lot of trouble to go to, doesn't it?
Well,
save 500 quid.
Graveyard.
Yeah.
To see if it's or if they chucked it anywhere, but I can't find it.
Oh, mate.
It's just disgusting.
It is. Scumbags.
Yeah, and a few more things.
Oh, yeah.
I'll let you know when I've done them 2 drawings for you.
Taking your time, mate. It's been about 6 months.
Yeah, I know. Like I say, I've had that much problems helping my mum out and that.
Yeah, but still, you could have found a few minutes. It's a little bit, I'm going to say it, it's a little bit selfish, but doesn't matter. Now, for those who don't know, you draw cartoons and they're brilliant because the eyes look like a big pair of boobs. That's your trademark, isn't it? Boob eyes. Boob eyes.
Yep.
It's a great trade. Everyone's got to have a gimmick.
I've done some tonight as well.
I bet you have, Sunshine. Bet you have. Good for you. Well done, Luke. I love that.
So, because I've done one like a picture of the rabbit hole.
Oh, yeah? With big boobs for eyes.
No, I don't know if any of you, like, you or Kath seen them, or your producers.
I am the producer.
She is the producer.
Well, no, the other one, the gentleman who just spoke to her, just made him laugh.
2 things. That ain't no gentleman. That's Josh. And that ain't no producer. Well, that's Josh.
Fair dues.
Yeah, fair dues. Luke, anything else, or should I cut you off?
Call me off.
Brian!
Hello.
Hello, Brian.
Tory election fraud.
Right.
That's what I'm wanting to discuss. This Tory election fraud.
This is a bookend for the thing. You didn't phone up at the start of the show with this, did you?
No, I've just tuned in.
Oh. Because this is what we started the show with.
All right, sorry. What are we on now, then?
Well, we're on anything you want, really.
Okay, then.
But I mean, the election fraud. No one's been charged. We don't know.
No.
The evidence has been presented to the CPS, so we don't know what's going on. But you're adamant it's fraud, are you?
Well, I think it's almost certainly that...
What evidence do you have to back this up?
A few charges.
What evidence do you have to back this up?
Well, that's just part of my issue, actually, about it, is nobody's covering it. Nobody has got...
Right, you're the second person to phone up and say nobody's covering it. We talked about it on the show tonight. We talked about it on the show yesterday. I heard it being talked about on LBC today, and I also heard it being talked about on the BBC yesterday. So people are covering it, it's just you're not listening at the times they're covering it. But there's nothing to say about it because it's with the CPS. So until people are charged, and then you can't talk about it, but until people...
Until they finish the investigation.
Yeah, what is there to say? There's nothing to say.
I think there's a lot to say about it. I think
Go on then.
Should Brexit go ahead? Should it be paused?
Well, Brexit's got nothing to do with Brexit.
Government.
But hang on, Brian. It's got nothing to do with Brexit.
Why not?
Well, because it wasn't anything to do with Brexit. It was to do with them being elected as MPs.
Or was it? We don't know.
Yeah.
Well, it certainly has an impact on Brexit.
Tell me the impact. Okay, let's play the game for a second, right? Let's assume that yes, all these people are guilty, and we don't know, right? Let's assume that, right? What impact has that got on Brexit?
Well, it means that a Tory government has racked through a referendum.
No, the referendum was the referendum. Okay, so let's assume. So it's all 30 are Tories, are they?
Well,
are all 30? Are all 30 Tories?
We don't know that yet. We don't.
How
know
many are Tories?
If it's Tory MPs, and we don't know if it's Tory campaign managers.
So are they all Tories? So you don't know.
I don't know.
You don't know, right? Okay. Let's assume they're all Tories, just to carry on playing this fantasy game that you've ill thought out. So we take away 30 Tory seats. The government would still have a majority, wouldn't they?
How would the government still have a majority?
Well, what would the government's majority be if you took away 30 seats?
If you took away 30 seats to the Tories, you wouldn't have a majority, would it?
What would they have?
17.
Right, okay. Well, in that case, yeah, you're right. Fair play. Brexit is bent and we should pull out of it. Oh, well.
Well, that's what I'm trying to say. It seems to be, you know...
Just accept it, you Ramona. Just accept it. We voted to leave. Accept it.
Well, I have accepted that.
Well, you haven't. You want to court rein in Brexit.
What I'm trying to say is it a legitimate vote?
Yes.
If a corrupt government.
Well, we don't know that they're corrupt. You don't know who's being investigated. No one's been charged. No one may be charged. You're clutching at straws.
Right, well, I understand what you're saying, but hypothetically then.
Yes.
Hypothetically.
I don't deal in hypotheticals. I deal in fact. And one fact is, we're at the end of the show, Brian. Give us a call again. Did you see? Shall I reveal one of my secrets? When I realise I've got something hideously wrong, I'll go off on a completely different tangent, and he could have destroyed me then with that. Could have destroyed me. I don't know what the majority is. I don't care. It's because this country sucks. 03... I'm not giving out the phone number before we're finished.
Keep it for tomorrow.
Keep it for tomorrow. Dear listener, thank you, Josh. Thank you very much indeed. Thank you for listening. Don't forget you can download the podcasts. If you go to iTunes or your usual podcast provider, type in Iain Lee, and this one pops up. Type in Rabbit Hole and Iain Lee, and another one pops up, and Bob's your uncle, Fanny's your aunt. Hopefully, tonight's show at 10 will be a little less angry. Thank you. Until then, ta-ta.
Talk Radio.
Join the Talk Nation.
Dial up and talk radio.
We'll get you talking.